Who mine's?
No, mine's. I'm looking at Kofi, and everybody looks right. I'm looking at the LA on his head. That's what makes me.
No, it's
the same way.
Remember, it's reverse lenses, so it's as if you're looking at. Nothing, it's not a mirror. You don't flip it.
Wow. I'm about to say.
So Discord doesn't flip the image; it keeps it direct, so you're fine.
Yeah, you're good.
I think
you good. Oh, you got one of them arcade machines in the back? Yeah. What games you got on there?
Marvel Superheroes. Not Max Payne. What's the other one? Marvel Superheroes. Punisher. There you go. Punisher and X-Men.
How long have we been live, Kofi? You didn't say anything.
I just been live. I just turned it on right now.
We're just doing a cold open.
I
might get that NBA Jam joint, man.
I don't got no rum for it, but I definitely want
it. 500 at this point.
It got online.
Yeah. I got a couple dollars left from my Trump check. Hold on.
And he's setting out another one, or am I wrong on that?
You blew that shit already? Oh man. Crazy, yo. I thought you were saving that for a graphics card or some shit.
Nah, hell no.
Aren't you getting a 2080 Ti or something?
Nah, I was gonna get the 3080. But
here's my recommendation. Don't get the first iteration. Get the second revision.
I mean, I'm gonna definitely do my research with it because I ain't never get like a top of the line graphics card before.
But like every single time they'll do like people like, oh, I got a 2070, and then 2070 Super is like 15% better, and then it's just enough to warrant that cost. So
yeah.
Go Asus, J-Man.
For the for the graphics card?
Yep.
No, you go Avga.
No. Don't listen to Alex. Listen to me.
Yo, is that actually how you really say it? No, really? Is it Avga?
Or EVGA?
EVGA?
That's what I always say. I'm like, Avga? Like, what the fuck?
I like saying Avga.
That's like when I heard people say Last of Us as T-Lou. What's T-Lou?
I know where they got that from. They got that from Andrew Renee.
From where?
I didn't even know people called it that, though.
T-Lou. You said Andrea Renee?
Yeah, and What's Good Games. That's why I first heard it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when she was like T-Lo.
Jack, you heard that before? Yeah. You heard that shit before?
We've been called. Yeah,
I heard Tajay say that.
We've been called it that, he says.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tajay was saying that. I was like, what the fuck is T-Lou?
All right, yo. We late. I apologize. As usual, blame J-Main. No cap.
I'm the bad guy. Go ahead and blame me.
You know he was close. I don't like to start the live stream when everybody's not here. Only if someone's gonna be really, really late. You know what I mean? Really, really late.
Because you gotta do the boxes and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta do the boxes. I gotta make everything's proper. So I like to start when everybody is here.
But you gotta tell them why I'm late. Tell them why I'm late.
Why are you late, J-Man?
Because the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Yeah, okay. Why has this become like such a meme lately? Like, what's going on, bro? Why has this become a meme? Like, I've been seeing.
You don't know where they came from? Came from Smooth.
Oh, really?
The Smooth Challenge.
Wait.
Okay. Explain why though.
Every time Smooth would get stuck on the last was he'll rage quit the game and then he'll send out a tweet or he'll say, "I had a full night's rest. I drank some coffee. I'm refreshed. I analyzed the gameplay." Then he'll go and beat it in like 5 minutes. so anytime somebody's struggling on the game, you just be like, go get you some food.
Okay. So it came
no matter what you're struggling in life, baby mama drama, child support, taxes, your job, just go ahead, wake up, get a good night's rest of sleep, wake up, get some Folgers in your cup, and you'll be brand new. You'll figure it out.
It's not about white.
Yeah.
But I can say that. That's fine.
Hey, can I say something about that, man?
Go ahead.
I've actually been in a situation to where that's happened to me. Jack, I streamed The Last of Us, right? And I was stuck on that one part when you was in the snow, but in my defense, I couldn't see, right? So by me not being able to see, I said, I'm gonna put this shit down for a day. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna just run through it and do what I do. Mm-hmm. It happens. Like sometimes you slum at a game, right? Sometimes it does happen the way you slum, and excuse me, you pick it back up the next day. That's all you needed was a break.
Yeah.
I gotta shoot a little bit.
You know what's funny though every time I don't want to smooch it, I don't want to even be talking about this shit. But real quick, you know what's funny though? Every time he does like one of the streams and he goes back on Twitter, he always like types this long ass analysis of how he was gameplay shit. I'm like, nigga, have you just seen how he just played, boy? It shouldn't be funny as hell.
All of a sudden, you're fucking genius on the game design.
Also, somebody in the chat said you take them dark ass shades off when you played it the next time. Maybe you can see what you was actually doing.
First of all, fuck whoever said that comment.
Yo,
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yo, a man said we got black. How we get blacked out, yo, in the podcast? That's crazy, yo.
You talking about me?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh man.
We said we got blacked out up in here, man. Shit is crazy.
Rick Ross, Adrian Broner, then his Black Dog. God damn it! I'm past the Troy next. God damn it! I'm past the Troy next.
Past the Troy. Facts.
Thank you for the 10. Next time, make it 20.
Dr. Umar too.
Dr. Umar. All right, yo. Before we go ahead and get started and introduce the podcast, serious shit first, man. Rest in peace to George Floyd, man. The shit that went down was crazy. I haven't seen anything like it before. Yes, we've seen, black men be killed by the police. But this one was just brutal, bro. For like 9 straight minutes, his knee on his neck while people are recording and telling him like, yo, he's unresponsive and shit like that. It was just the wildest thing to see. Right now Minnesota is going crazy, looting, setting shit on fire. It's just crazy. I just want to say rest in peace to George Floyd. Obviously, his family's probably never going to hear this or anything like that. But I think it's something I just want to put out there into the energy. It's just a very, very sad situation. And we definitely need to see change come out of this one because enough is enough. You know what I mean? The cops have been fired and terminated. I'm looking for them to be charged with a crime. They need to go to prison.
Murder.
It's too much times that they get a slap on the wrist and they just walk away. This is not right. You know what I mean? This is just not right. And it doesn't matter what skin color you are. If you're just a decent human being, you could just see what happened, what transpired is totally wrong. So R.I.P. George Floyd, man. You guys have anything you want to say about the situation real quick before we start talking about gaming?
Go ahead, Jeremy.
All right, I was gonna say real quick. I mean, we've seen it a couple times, but most recently, Eric Garner. I mean, same kind of situation. He couldn't breathe, and the cops, you know what I mean? They just kept the pressure on. So the fact that it needed 4 people to restrain a man that was already handcuffed
on the ground.
On top of that, it's straight murder, dog. So when you look at something like that, you can understand why people are upset, why people are mad, and they're taking their frustrations out. No matter how they're doing it, that's the reaction you're gonna get from people at this point because they're sick and tired of the bullshit. So shit got to change, and they need to be charged with murder. Period.
Okay, I'll add one more thing to that. Like I understand the city of Minnesota is hurting. I understand. A lot of people, even from all races, especially black people, are hurting from this. They're tired of seeing this. When they get stopped by the police, they don't know what's going to go down. And, I know it's just the whole country is probably like anxious with all that's going on. But, the looting shit is absolutely wild. Like, I guess I know that like people are sick and tired of this shit happening. So obviously they're protesting in the streets right now. But I feel like when it comes to like breaking into the stores, like I don't give a fuck if it's a Target or some shit like that, but maybe like there's some black businesses that man be looting or they be breaking into. How do you feel about that, J-Vade, though? You know what I mean? Like that shit is wild, bro. Like how like the people who are looting and stuff like that. Like I know some people are probably taking advantage of the situation. You know what I mean? There's always gonna be people like that, but I just hope that people stay focused on the issue at hand, man. Like, if you don't go destroy some shit, go destroy some government buildings or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But you never know. You might be destroying some small businesses out here. It might be a black-owned business. You don't even know, man. But shit was crazy, though. Shit was crazy, man. I pray for the people in Minnesota, and I really hope the family sees justice, man.
I want to... My fault, Kofi. I do want to echo that sentiment. Fuck, we just want to be real, right? It's hard being black in America. Like, this shit is not a fucking game. I could fuck around got pulled over. And back in 2015, it was Martin Luther King that weekend. I was drop my cousin off for work. I'm speeding up the highway. Now I was speeding, of course, but I was doing 80 up the highway. I got pulled over, right? First thing I asked the police officer, white guy, I said, "You're not going to shoot me, are you?" And the motherfucker looked at me and was like, no, I'm not going to shoot you. I'm not. I said, okay. I said, because I don't trust y'all at all. And I got police in my family. And I'm like, bro, like they really give them a bad name. And it's this shit hard, cuz. And it's like we living in the fucking 60s, right? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, y'all, we getting shot by the people who's supposed to protect us, dog. Like, for real. Yes, and this shit keep happening.
Yeah, it needs to stop. Hopefully, this is the tipping point. We keep on waiting and saying that, like, okay, all right, yo, this is the tipping point. You know, then another incident happens. Hopefully, this one. I just think that, like, you know, the officers just need to they need to see time, bro. Like I said, it's always a slap in the wrist. So I think no change will ever happen until these guys are convicted of something serious. I think that would be the eye opener. But, you know, the police is super protected. Jack, do you have anything to say on this before we move on?
Fucked up situation. Sad as it is, it's never gonna change. It keep happening. A black woman, a EMT, got shot in her fucking house the other week by police. Then they tried to charge her boyfriend with attempted murder because he had a registered firearm and shot back.
It's crazy.
Because they raided the wrong house. They just bust in the house, started shooting motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
It's never going in, bro. It's never going in. Racism never going in. You just gotta hope it don't affect nobody you love, dog. That's it.
That's crazy. Alex, any words before we move on? You're the last person. Any words before we move on?
As someone who is in a family of military and law enforcement, I have to say that those cops are bad cops. I can't talk about the experiences you guys have had. All I can say is that I think for right now, you guys know I don't do anything political, so I'm not going to discuss anything like that. All I'm going to ask for is just a moment of silence.
Moment of silence. All right, man. Rest in peace to George Floyd. Let's give him, you know, a nice 20 seconds, yo. All right, man. All right, yo. Enough with the depression. Enough with the depressing stuff. We're here to talk about games because a lot of things happen, you know, this past week, and we have a lot to discuss. You know what I mean? Big shout out to everybody who's tuning in. We got 412 people in here right now. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Press Start Podcast, episode 151. This is going to be a good show today, guys, because we got a lot to talk about. All right? So we already got a few super chats and donations, but if you really want to support the panel, check out our Patreon. You guys have been showing a crazy amount of love over there. We got over 230 Patreons right now. We're really close to our goal of doing a Press Start Podcast 24-hour live stream. So pretty much each panel member will stream for 6 hours in one
24 hours of Dota 2.
No, definitely not. One big live stream. 24 hours. Each of us will have 6-hour shifts where we'll be playing a selection of games, and we're really close to that goal. So if you want to support and actually see that happen, check out our Patreon. Our podcast also can be found on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and I'm going to be working on Spotify really soon, so look out for that one. So I'm going to go ahead and do the introductions for anyone new watching. We're going to start off with Alex. Say what's up.
Buddy, thanks for coming out and watching. Today's going to be a fun episode. I am the best member of this panel. I'm slicker than cum on a gold tooth.
Whoa.
Definitely.
What? What the fuck you just say?
You stupid, bro.
Enjoy the show. Come on down. Hit that Patreon button. Hit the like button. I know that we can get more likes than other podcasts in this actual community. So.
Oh, this dude said he's slicker than cum on a gold tooth.
I haven't even heard that saying before. What?
That's fucking fire.
J-Man, say what's up to the people, man.
Oh, man, what's going on, everybody? J-May back checking in with the podcast. Be sure to hit that like button. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. Shout out to the Patreon. Y'all doing y'all damn thing, man. Y'all continue to impress me with the support that y'all been giving us. Also, follow me on Twitter and check out my channel. I live streamed the other day, and I'm back, baby. So I'm actually going to be live streaming tomorrow early. I'm off.
Let's go.
Come through, pull up to the channel, and see what we rocking out with, man.
And
it's about time, damn it.
Yeah.
And Jack, say what's up to the people, man.
What's good, everybody, man? How y'all doing?
You be looking depressed, bro.
I'm low energy, man. I was in such high spirits yesterday, you know, state of play and all that. But today, straight bullshit, right? My house and almost caught fire like twice already today, right before the podcast. I don't know what the fuck going on. Hello, okay?
All right.
Hello.
Damn. Hope
Jack
everybody
just said hello.
Jack.
Hey man, listen.
There's only a few more days left, Jack. There's only a few more days left, so you should be happy, man. Should be happy.
You see me fucking hop up like Rey Mysterio about to do a 619 and run off the camera. You don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah. And
straight hazards in this motherfucker.
And if you do not know who I am, you're watching for the first time. My name is Kofi. You know what I mean? Your boy has been streaming on Twitch every single day, at least twice a day on Twitch, man. I've been having a blast there. So make sure you guys come and support me there on Twitch as well. I'm doing a full Sekiro playthrough currently right now. I'm just having a whole lot of fun there right now, man. You know,
y'all make sure y'all check out Kofi. He got laid off. He collecting food stamps at this point. He need any support that he can get. pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. Just go ahead and show him some love, man.
I'm at work, and 4 times a day, I get an alert that Kofi's streaming on Twitch. I get one at 8 a.m.
Can this dude go out for a bike ride or a walk or something?
It really is like BGM. That's crazy.
God damn.
Yo, like, I be gaming, bro, but I just don't be, like, on stream. Like, I don't know if niggas don't believe me. I really be, like, on that shit. When I have the time, I be on that shit. I be gaming for real. But you follow me on Twitch, man. If you want to support your boy, man. Dog. I'm trying to get that partnership over there, man. So hit your boy up over there.
You got to stream a lot to get that partnership. Or you got to have some tickle biddies.
And we got a guest amongst our presence today. Black Dot, say what's up. Hustle and motivate. Say what's up.
Fuck you, Kofi. Ladies and gentlemen, like Kofi, I am on Twitch as well at Hustle and Motivate. But honestly, y'all don't have to follow me there. I want y'all to follow me on Twitter at Hustle and Motivate. Shout out to the Ash and Luca for really helping me get that together. She said hustle, dum. Make sure everything is uniform so people know where to find you. I was like, oh shit, my fault. I didn't know because I didn't know you can change your ad name. I had no idea. Mm-hmm. And it was, Luca was so kind and so gracious to, have me on Scumcast and actually help me out afterwards. And speaking of which, shout out to all of y'all. Like, I know this community gets a bad rap, because of a few people or whatever the case may be, but PSP, Weapon Wheel, I know y'all got a little back and forth with them. Backlog, Scumcast, Disrespected Podcast, Ultra Preset Podcast. Everybody has been, like, helpful to me. And I'm not, like, the best gamer or nothing like that, but I do, like, hold like a certain amount of integrity every time I speak. And if it wasn't for you, Kofi, I wouldn't even be reaching out to all of these people. So I want to thank you for that. We had a conversation behind the scenes, and the first thing you said was, "Hey, Hustle." I said, "What's up?" You said, "Bro, you gotta network with other people. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's cool you over here, but just you can go other places and you'll be fine. You will do well." And I want to thank you for that. And I want to thank you publicly for that. You didn't know it was coming, but I do want to thank you publicly for that. Jack Move and Alex. Y'all always help. You always help. Just period. Alex helped me with the streaming resolution that I had. Jack, he always raised me. And J-Main, man. J-Main really keeps me motivated, dog. Like, for real. You do, dog. I keep telling you stream all the time.
That's the wrong person for motivation.
My president is a present.
My president is a present. That makes 3 videos a year, bro. I shouldn't be motivating nobody, my nigga. Practice what you preach, bro.
He's the laziest person to actually follow
look at his hate.
Like, that is the wrong person.
I'm the laziest person,
and he beats no games, yo. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
Look, I have a kid and I stream more and make more content than you. What are you doing?
That sounds like a personal problem. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh man,
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
You need more Folgers in your cup if you want more stuff.
Oh my God! Listen. Thank you for all of you all's recent support. And I can't say it enough. I sound like a broken record at this point, man. But everybody around here, and I want to spread that message in particular. Everybody around here has helped me. I ain't nobody special. My name is Ricardo. I'm from DC. Do you understand? I ain't no damn body. I'm just a regular dude, man. But all of the help and support, man, like it's always like appreciated. And I got something very special coming in the future. I will talk to you gentlemen behind the scenes about that.
Thanks. Yo, Press Start Memes already on one, dog. This shit is lit. It's already lit.
You motherfucker.
And they got Tussle too. Adrian Broner. Add Adrian Broner to the list.
I'm retweeting that shit. I'm retweeting.
Oh my God.
Oh man. All right, yo, we got a whole bunch of super chats already. Let me quickly go through them. So I don't forget later, so we could continue on with the podcast. This one's from Marquise Leach. He says, shout out to J-Main for holding it down all last week. I don't know what he's talking about, but shout out to you, J-Main.
Who said that?
You said you were holding it
That
down.
heat he was
all
giving
last
Smooth. That heat.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
I was like, Jamie doesn't do anything.
I'm like, wait. I'm like, what? J-May holding it down.
He was on Smooth ass all week. It's crazy.
Trago.
I was a mod in that chat. I had to.
I feel you.
Trago says, even though I think Smooth cheated, I've struggled in parts of games, woke up the next morning and got past it. So Folgers definitely works.
Right.
It does.
Right.
It really does.
It do.
A good night's sleep.
This one's from Sosa Man OTF. He says, did y'all see Angry Joe's last video? That boy made as hell, or mad as hell, I think he meant to say. EA stay winning. I haven't seen it, so
EA.
What is it about?
I don't know. I haven't seen Angry Joe's last video, so
Apparently, it's not mad
I
at
stopped watching Angry Joe when he didn't know who the Fireflies logo was.
I was
and he beat the game. I stopped watching do that.
Mad
after
about
that.
bad?
I don't.
And he
watch
cried on
Angry Joe's, so
the Order 1886 on a hard difficulty when that was easy as hell. So
Yeah,
I
that
stopped
game is so
watching.
fun. That game is so fun.
V keeps
Oh, yeah, you just
it
beat
low
that.
key. V keeps it low key. Says, all we got is us. We ain't got no allies. Once we realize that, we can start to make some real change around here. Black Lives Matters, Niels. Man, we appreciate
I
it.
approve that message, boy.
This one's from Flaffy. He says, kill the cop's family. Looting won't change anything. I don't agree with that.
God damn.
I do not condone that. Or I do not agree with that.
Chill.
You know what I mean?
Chill. Oh my God.
That's a whole different discussion. We've got to probably save it for off the record or something like that. But even like that, the whole death penalty. I'm a person who's kind of against that. But that's a whole different subject. We'll talk about it off the record.
That's a Canadian thing, you know.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
Canadian. But we'll talk about that.
Definitely
later.
is, sir.
I don't want to get into all of that shit now, bro. This one's from E1.
They said
Matador.
your mic is low.
My mic is low still? Jesus.
Yeah,
All
people saying your
This
mic
one
is
is
low.
from E1 Matador 801. He says, Ghost will give The Last of Us 2 a run for their money.
Negative.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I gotta talk about that too. You know,
Negative.
I had a little bit of a hot take.
You ready to run back? Yeah.
I got a little bit of a hot take, but I think I gotta. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about that. This one's
Okay. I can't wait for that one.
This one's from Baby D61392. He says, just showing support. Can't watch the show live right now. I'm working from home. Stay safe, everyone. Craziness everywhere you go, definitely. And we got a super chat from Infamous. Just a $5 donation. We appreciate it. This one's from Matt Ronan. He says, keep up the work, boys. For sure, man. We appreciate the love, man. All right, man. Oh, we got one more. We got one more in. So let me just read
Yo, Kofi. Hold on. Infamous. That's my guy in real life. That's my brother right there. I did not know that was him. You know? I was not looking at the chat. That's
your boy.
That's my bro.
Shout out to him, bro.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, my man. My fault. Nah, because I didn't know he was watching. My man.
This one's from Josh T. He says, shout out to Xbox for talking spicy. No games, fridge looking, ooze from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Maybe next E3. Battery throat swallowers. Hope you Xbox stays out like Iron Man's heart.
Is that Josh? You said that Josh T, right?
Josh T.
He always got heat.
He always got heat, huh? And we got one more from all teams. So shout out to PSP and the homies and Hustle. Keep up the great work, man. We appreciate it.
Alden, we appreciate you. I got you, dog.
I'm gonna turn it up. Yeah, I'm talking right on the mic. I don't know what's going on, Chief. All right, where to begin? J Main, I'm gonna let you.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got one last one. Melon Matt 93 says, "Ain't nothing changing, so these cops get offed by injection or other capital punishment." The Last of Us 2 Game of the Year, and Game of the Generation. All right, and we got one from Van Red 1. He says, Hustle's mic about to blow out my subwoofer.
That's not my microphone. That's the bass in my voice, sir. I'm sorry you don't know what this grown man sounds like. I apologize. I'm fucking with you. No, that's my voice, man.
All right, J-Main, we have a whole bunch of things to talk about. I'm going to let you pick. Where do we start today? Where do we start today?
Whoo.
What you want to talk about?
I want to get into the shits, man. I want to talk about Last of Us Part 2. That gameplay, man. I want to start there, but if y'all want to start there, I mean, we can do NPD. You know, I like talking about numbers.
We can start there.
Where are we starting?
With The Last of Us.
Okay,
Jack, PlayStation had a state of play just yesterday. And prior to this, before it happened, I personally was thinking to myself, what's the reason? Why? The game's coming out in under a month. What's the reason why? We've seen multiple story trailers. We've seen a gameplay demo of the game. The game has been delayed multiple times. You know what I mean? At this point, I just want to play the game. I really don't care about you presenting the game to me anymore. I just want to play the game. That was my thoughts prior to the state of play happening. After it happened, I'm damn glad that they showed it. That's how I felt after that. And I think this was kind of to destroy all the negativity surrounding The Last of Us. You know what I mean? Because after this state of play happened, there was just all you could see on the timeline was so much positivity about the game. It outweighed the negativity completely. And it got people hyped again. You know, I even came on record and said that I'm not as hyped for The Last of Us as I used to be. And it's not because of the leaks that I've seen. It's just more because of the delays. Like, I just want to play the game already. It's like, at this point, like, I don't care. I just want to play the game. But this, honestly, lit the torch for me back. Now I'm, like, extremely hyped for The Last of Us. So if that was their plan all along, then they got me. Jack, how did you feel about the state of play? Did your dick touch the ceiling, sir?
Oh man, I think that's what caused the leak, man. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. I'm just leaking today, but yes, definitely did. Great gameplay, Sean. We learned a few new things about the game that I didn't know personally. They showed all the infected types. There's gonna be a new infected type, which I watched J-Man react to.
They said types too. I think it'll be more.
It's more.
I think it's more.
I think it's definitely gonna be animals, but I think specifically it's gonna be like a bear,
either a bear or a lion.
A lion.
A lion. It could be, they up in the mountains and all that, so we can see that. Ellie can swim. We saw that. That's been a meme.
Thank
7 years has been a meme. So
no more pallets.
No more.
So
no more raft, ladder, pallets.
Yeah, that gameplay loop is gone. Thank God, yo. She can swim. She can swim.
No more pallets, man. They showed the difference between the people you're gonna be fighting against, like the Washington. What's that? Washington Liberation Force.
Liberation Force.
And the Scars.
Yeah.
The Seraphites. Also known as the Scars. Yeah.
They pretty much like a militant group. They got like weapons from the army, so they real loud with it. Trying to kill you off rip. Then the Scars, which is the Seraphites, the religious group. They more stealth based. They showed that. They showed new traversal mechanics with the addition of a rope. Now you can do rope climbing and all that. Kind of reminiscent of Uncharted 4 with that. And yeah, man, we saw Vita in the game, bro. Come on, we saw Vita. It was lit. And
the fan service in that trailer, in that little gameplay was
incredible.
Was amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
And June 19th. Can't come fast enough.
June 19th.
J-Man, what was your thoughts on the trailer?
Okay, I thought it was good. Going into the state of play trailer, I made a tweet too. I was like, I wanted to see more of the gameplay against the infected, because I feel like they kind of been shying away a little bit from showing Ellie versus, or even Joel versus the infected. And then they teased it a little bit in this trailer of like some of the newer infected that you'll come across in this game. So I was kind of disappointed that they didn't show a little bit more of gameplay of the infected, but hopefully maybe even leading up, or the game damn near 3 weeks out at this point. So we close to playing it. So after I got over the fact that they weren't showing no infected, watching that new gameplay, I was impressed.
Really impressed.
With them showing off the newer environments in the game, and then the whole, I reacted to it on my channel so you can see it there, but when like she was swimming, I was hyped for that because Ellie, of course, we know she don't swim like Jack Moo said, and then the whole Vita situation, but the brutality of the gameplay was what I loved the most. I feel like, I think I said this before, Ellie, she a savage, bro. Like, she is on a different level of...
She's ruthless and Joel.
Yeah.
Yes. And like I said before, I think she's on that type of time how Joel was before he came across Ellie, before even the events of Last of Us 1. Like, she just don't care. Like, she has her goal set in mind, and she's gonna accomplish it. The way she swings that wood, the crafted wood with the scissors in it or whatever was crazy. Seeing that when she tried to do the QTE getting through the door and the enemy was able to shoot her and knock her out of the QTE, I thought that was impressive. One thing I would like for Ellie to be able to do, or Joel in this sense, is that since the enemies can actually call out names and stuff like that when they see like bodies on the ground and stuff like that, maybe the ability to drag dead bodies out of the field of view and stuff like that. I know you can kind of drag them a little bit after you choke them out, so maybe you'll have to do it then. But maybe like a dead body, being able to drag it out, because once they see it, they're gonna know you're there, and they start calling out names and stuff like that.
I don't think the game has that kind of mechanic, but usually when you grab it and by surprise, you can like walk with them to a certain place for a bit. You know what I mean? Like even the old Last of Us was like that. But quickly, bro, what needs to be addressed in this gameplay that just honestly blew my brains out, bro, was it's just the level of detail that the game has. Just the animations in general were just crazy. It's just it's absolutely insane. I don't think I've seen anything like it. You know what I mean? When Ellie was fighting the dude with the machete and just how the animations looked as they were swinging and dodging. I haven't seen a game like that in my life. And another part that caught my attention, Ellie was looting off a body that had a headshot right the eye is. Bro, and if you look closely, you see blood running from the body still. I'm like, yo, like the attention to detail here is crazy. And like, you gotta be some crazy ass, dick sucking, stupid ass fanboy. If you hate on what you just saw, bro. If you hate on what you just saw, what? I don't think. How can you even hate though? Like, I'm just saying, like, this is
interrupted anybody. I let you guys get
I'm just saying. I'm just getting ready. I'm just getting ready for your bullshit. I'm just getting ready for your bullshit, bro. I'm just getting ready for your bullshit, bro.
Run it up and down the whole time.
Yo, listen, I'm just getting ready for the bullshit that you're gonna be spewing after this. But I'm just saying, like, what we're seeing here is next level shit. Like, you have to admit it. What Naughty Dog did here with the animations is some top tier shit that we don't see in video games, period. Name a game that's close to the level of detail of it. I'll wait. Please, I'll wait. I'll wait.
Alex, it's crazy. Before you go, let me just finish up a little bit more of my impressions. I'm glad.
And I've let you guys go the whole time.
You gonna get a chance. All right, I got you. Just seeing that from the Left Behind DLC, spoilers if you didn't play, you can pit the infected against the enemy humans. Just seeing that coming back and being a big part of the gameplay was a positive to see. Seeing Ellie roast that motherfucking dog was definitely another positive, because
that was disturbing, yo. That was disturbing.
No, it wasn't, because after they showed dogs in that one gameplay, I feel like everybody was bitching out like, oh, the poor dogs, I'm not going to kill any dogs. I'm going to try and go through and do a perfect run. No, if the dog is the enemy, it's got to die, period. I don't like to stealth. So for me, I'm going to kill everything that I see if I can, you know, if my ammo allows me to. So for her to roast that dog like that, I loved it. I loved it. As well as all the other brutality in the game, her shooting people in the head, and then like with the gun with the bottle suppressor.
Yo, the
like,
sound, J-Main. Oh, that's another crunch. Thing we gotta emphasize too. The sound design was fantastic. Did y'all hear how like the headshots sound like? Yeah, I haven't heard a headshot sound this good. Like, it sounds just as good as like some Gears of War type of headshots. And like, the sound is so satisfying.
That crunch, right?
Yeah,
bro, that crunch is so satisfying.
It's so satisfying. So I was really impressed by that. And also just like the areas. I'm sorry to take over and shit. I'm just really excited now about this.
Nah,
I dissected I watched the shit like 3 times, bro. And I'm ready. You know, I recently got
the
platinum. You know, I recently got the platinum in Last of Us 1, so I'm just beyond ready to play this game. You know what I mean? So it's just like even the areas that they're providing in this game, like it just seems like there's just so many routes you can take and avenues, you know, you can take to get past certain sections, and the nooks and crannies you can crawl. Now you can creep through little holes to avoid enemies. You can dodge. It just looks incredible. They took the gameplay to the next level. Jack, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, did you see the video they put out today? They put out another video today.
I saw it this morning.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, they was pretty much talking about how, like, well, all devs do this, but they want their game to be realistic. How they went to certain areas in Seattle and scouted out the areas and took pictures and traveled and all that. So they definitely wanted it to be realistic to the area. So I appreciate that.
All right, we're gonna let Hustle go before we let Alex go. Hustle, what did you think of the state of play?
Fucking phenomenal. Hey, listen, man. I knew about the leaks and the spoilers and all that. And I was shout out to Erica and our little group that we in, right? I rapped to him and I said, yo, I don't really know if I want to, if I don't know if I want to play it. I don't know if I'm excited, right? That gameplay changed my mind. The attention to detail, Kofi, you brought it up, and I'm gonna bring it up once more. That attention to detail. When she grabbed old buddy and said, "Shut the fuck up! Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing." Okay. All right, baby, be cool, baby, be cool. Hold them shanks. Hold them shanks. You got to hold that. You got to die.
The detail is crazy. The detail's crazy.
When she ran through the hospital. Wait, J Main, before that cutscene thing, because you can't cheese the cutscenes no more. I noticed that too. But before that, when she threw the smoke bomb, right? When she threw that joint. Yeah, it was an arrow stuck in old buddy's head, and that shit was still visible. So I'm willing to bet you can pull an arrow up out of him if you want that arrow back. Like the arrow didn't break, so I'm under the assumption that you can do that again. Let's talk about the clickers in the subway. How the clickers can fight the humans. Now that was in the DLC for the first one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that wasn't Left Behind, but it was only in like one part. And I thought it was in the first game too, but maybe I just don't remember. But
it's
not in the first.
It's not in the main game.
They had memory restrictions. They didn't know how to do it.
Let me say this. I said on Crossfire, I said it's looking between the 94 and the 97 on Metacritic. 96. It's going to score higher than the first one. It's definitely going to. Everything from that trailer, from what we saw, improved on the first game, period. It ain't no way it can't score higher than that. Fuck out of here. Alex,
I disagree with that.
Hold on. Let me finish. Alex, I just want to say, Alex, get off that bullshit, because I want to know what Dev, and you guys have been, y'all more seasoned in this than me. Name a Dev who's doing what Naughty Dog is doing right now. I need to know this. I need to know, because if it's another Dev with amazing content like that who can just roll everything into one, I need to be put on, because I need to know. Because goddamn it, I'm not gonna accept this slander today. I will not.
Yeah.
I will not.
Yeah, after watching the gameplay, like they always, people always like, the PC leaders, Alex and stuff like that. I always be saying these Sony games be looking like movies and shit. But with the amount of gameplay and how detailed and how the gameplay looked, that shit looked sensational. I just can't wait to play it. It looks like something I'm really excited to play. Now, Alex.
No, hold up. Before Alex goes, I'm sorry, Alex, but you gotta wait, motherfucker.
Alex gotta wait today. Alex, we ain't got no time for your bullshit today.
Yeah, you gotta wait, dog. You gotta wait. I don't give a fuck what you gotta say at this point. But this ain't no slander towards you. This is just for all the people on YouTube that been like kind of criticizing the game based off of the leaks and how we were kind of saying like, I'm playing this game for the gameplay first, and then the story is kind of coming after. I watched a lot of those reaction, like the channels and stuff like that, and even they can't even deny the greatness of Last of Us Part 2. Even they're like, yo, Naughty Dog about to make me buy this game, even though I ain't fucking with what I saw. And that's all you need to know. Go ahead, Alex. I'm gonna let you speak.
Alex, go ahead, sir.
You done?
We're done.
We done. We finished, dog.
We're done. Alex.
7 years, y'all.
7 years.
7 years for a rope swing. 7 years to finally be able to swim. 7 years to finally have snow in your animation. Last of Us 2 looks just like more of Last of Us 1.
Predictable. Who didn't see this coming, sir? Who didn't see
Whether
this
that's
coming?
a good thing or a bad thing, that's what you take. If you want more Last of Us, that's what Last of Us 2 is. It's more Last of Us.
So you
For me, that's a bad thing. I'm not interested in playing this game. It doesn't interest me. I'm actually more interested in Ghost of Tsushima than I am in Last of Us.
All right, so you quickly, watch the state of play, before the podcast.
Sure.
Did anything catch your eye? Anything positive to say?
There's a lot of level, so it falls in the same vein as Red Dead for me. A lot of shiny detail, a lot of little intricacies here and there, but to me, it feels hollow and flat. So it's more Last of Us. If that's the kind of gameplay you enjoy, then you're going to like the game. And I'm not going to try and change your mind. That's not the kind of gameplay I enjoy, so I'm not going to buy the game.
I'm sorry, Alex. Go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, that's really it. Like for me, it's just like that game doesn't interest me. Like Naughty Dog games don't interest me.
So what you're saying is greatness compounded with more greatness? Is that what you're telling us right now? Because that's what it sounds like you're telling us right now. Because they fixed everything in the first game, sir. You can't deny. Look, listen.
Yes. I got a question for Alex.
Still there, so that's not fixed.
I got a question for Alex. What would it take for this game to be on your radar, Alex? That's what I want to know. What would it take for this game?
Devil May Cry combos.
Was Alex? Was Alex the one that said that? That like
that was him.
That Alex?
That'll actually do it. Like here's my biggest problem with like Naughty Dog games in general.
All right, let's hear it.
And I've talked about it before. And so the thing is, like, Naughty Dog games look cool because they're designed to make you feel like you're doing cool things. Where if you play a game like DMC or you play the original God of War games, the things that look cool are because you did the cool thing. You did the combo, you did the action, you did that actual moment. If you ever play Dragon's Dogma, it does that a lot too. The game is pretty.
Wait, what in The Last of Us 2 wasn't like player controlled, like that you saw in the new gameplay?
It's not that it wasn't player controlled. What I'm saying is when you're looking at it, there's nothing real more than just a one button press for what's going on. There's no real like dynamic deep system in terms of gameplay that you're looking at. It's left trigger, right trigger, square, triangle. Like that's all Last of Us and Uncharted have always been.
Can I say something?
Those games don't work for me. So another good critique would be like Astral Chain. Astral Chain's combos were one button. I didn't like that. That wasn't really what it was supposed to do in the first place. It needed to be a platinum game. When you're looking at games that are much deeper in combat, for me, if I'm playing a game like Last of Us, I would rather have a deeper stealth mechanic. I'd rather be able to pull bodies. I'd rather be able to hide bodies. I'd rather be able to, I agree with that. Throw my voice, whistle differently, have different sounds, mimic sounds of animals to make people think there's other animals there. It's just weird shit that you could really do with sonar, listen mode, all that kind of stuff. They're giving you more Last of Us, and that's fine. You can do that. That's okay. And if you want that, that's fine. I would rather have deeper mechanics and deeper systems in that game that would really expand upon it more. Like if they really took a page out of like the new Hitman games, I think that would be cool as shit. Because the stuff that they do in Hitman is really fucking cool, especially for stealth. But
that's a stealth game, though. You gotta understand the difference between the two.
Stealth game too?
No,
Last of Us is not a stealth game. Though.
It's not a stealth game.
I feel like Last of Us is a stealth game.
No,
bro. If you play the game on normal, the game is definitely not.
I played it on survival, so
it has stealth elements, but it's not a stealth game.
Yeah.
When you look at hold on, but when you look at Last of Us, it has listen mode, so you can see through walls.
Okay.
Depending on the difficulty,
you have to move slowly to get through enemy territories.
Not true.
Depending on
difficulty. That's not true at all.
Depending on difficulty.
That's not true.
Depending on the difficulty enemy, you have to move slowly. You have to have bricks and bottles to distract from noises for other enemies to escape by them if you need to. Okay. There's silent takedowns.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Stealth elements.
So it is a stealth game.
No, it's not.
Well, hold on.
So that's like me saying in Halo I can assassinate people.
She didn't stealth for no more than like 30 seconds. She was stealth at the beginning. As soon as she grabbed that first enemy in the grass, she was pretty much guns blazing from there on out.
The option to go loud doesn't mean that that's going to be like the ideal way to play that game. That's a stealth game, my dude. Last of Us is a stealth game.
If you find it gets infected, you definitely gonna want to play more stealthily.
So you agree with that, Jack? Would you consider The Last of Us a stealth game?
I just think that if you're going to have stealth mechanics and you're going to prioritize that, you're going to have those mechanics in there, they need to be deeper, I think. That's what I would like out of that game. But you know what? If you like Last of Us, enjoy the game. It's not for me. I'm not going to play it, and I'd rather not poo-poo on your parade because everybody's really mad that I don't like your little Sony game and I'm not going to play it. With your little baby. It's okay. Don't be mad. You're one.
You know what? Alex?
Oh my god. I would rather have just a deeper stealth mechanic in that game. I'd rather have deeper mechanics, period, in that game. For me,
Alex?
I just don't like it.
Say The Last of Us is going to be hot, or I'm going to drop the first 40 minutes of Off the Record. How about that? 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 Because Alex got super exposed on off the record, and if he don't say The Last of Us looks sick, crazy. I'm gonna drop the off the record, and Alex gonna be exposed. What's up, Alex? Go ahead and say it, bro. Say it.
Last of Us looks like more of The Last of Us. How's that?
Oh shit! He read it.
I'm gonna go drop this shit.
Better.
Don't hit the button, though.
Can I say one thing though?
Go ahead.
Alex, according to your logic though, because you said it's a stealth game, it has RPG elements in them as well. I know they didn't show them in that 8-minute trailer, but I can imagine it's going to be like the first game in a way. Like you find those pills, because I saw those pills out there. You find the pills and you're able to upgrade different abilities and things of that nature. So, is it an RPG, Alex? But don't worry, don't answer that question. It's a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer that question, sir. You don't have to answer.
No,
just relax.
Hold on. So a lot of games do take elements from other types of games and they do implement them. The difference is the layers of which those mechanics are implemented. So Borderlands, you can make that argument. Is it a first-person shooter or is it an RPG? I level up, I have stats, I have points, I have abilities. I play through that game, but I'm also a first-person shooter. The difference is in an RPG, you're playing a role, right? You're playing a character. Your build matters, your story matters, your character matters. So to say if it's an RPG, no, it has RPG elements of it. But the thing is, when you're looking at The Last of Us, the mechanics of The Last of Us and how that game plays, there are shooting mechanics in it, absolutely. But it also has a deep amount of stealth mechanics, which honestly should be expanded
a deep amount?
Let me pull that back. It has
there we go. There we go. There we go. Get that nigga J-Man. There you go, bro. There we go, bro.
I'm listening, dog. My ears is open. Hold on.
I actually gave a compliment to that game, and that's
what
we got upset about.
Okay. I also did want to say though that and J-Man
is I think it would be cool to have achievements for like pure stealth runs, right? But then to do that, to have really good mechanics on that game for stealth. Shooting is easy, right? You can make shooting feel good no matter what. It's hard to make stealth look good. It's hard to make stealth fun and engaging. And I think people need to play the Hitman games to really see that, how good those games actually can be.
I just want to say
a stealth game to a survival like action game.
But you can do that. Like you can.
Like,
if you do survival action, you can absolutely have a deeper stealth mechanic in it. 100%.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can, but I don't think it's necessary.
That,
I said yes, you can, but I don't think it's necessary.
Have a great day, y'all.
Stop.
I just want to say that the music in video games, like typically. I didn't expect to hear Hotline Miami in there. I damn sure didn't expect to hear Today Was a Good Day in there. I damn near flipped my shit when Ellie was crawling through the vents. Yeah. Today was a good day. I said, "Oh shit!" Like first of all,
it's the little details, bro. It's the little details. That's
wild.
Really impressive me in this game. You know what I mean, the attention to detail and all of them like combined together is gonna make a great experience. That's why I was always defending The Last of Us when it came to these leaks and people saying, "Oh, this shit gonna be trash." This Ray Tate, they're saying all this shit. I'm reading these synopsis saying we can't judge the game by just reading the synopsis yet. Like how we get to these points, these big events, it's gonna be very crucial to the experience of The Last of Us. So that's why the shit didn't really bother me, and I was never on that hate train after even seeing some of the footage leaks. And even with that being said, it comes out that a lot of those posts that you've probably seen on Reddit, on other sites, the NeoGAS or whatever they
4chan to be specific. 4chan.
A lot of that shit from people who actually have the game, because the reviewers are actually playing the game right now, a whole bunch of them. A lot of that shit be fake. A lot of that shit is fake. Obviously, the footage that we've seen is real, but a lot of the synopsis that we've seen in the game, didn't turn out like that. So we're gonna have to play the game to really know if it's gonna be good or not.
But Kofi,
what's up?
That was my biggest beef with the whole leaks, though, because I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the 4chan leaks were easily disproved by some of the actual footage that you've seen in the game, and a lot of YouTubers ran with the 4chan leak. And I'm just like, okay, I understand you're trying to get your views. You know what I mean? You're trying to get your numbers up and you want to be edgy or whatever the fuck the word is, but it's like, come on, man, like have some type of decency to represent the game correctly if you're gonna have a strong stance about what you heard. You know what I'm saying? Don't just see one thing and then stop there. You know what I mean? The enough information is out there is my point. But that's actually a fault of mine of expecting people on the internet to actually do research. So
oh shit.
You know what I mean? Period.
Also, like believing 4chan in the first place and like trying to use that as news to clickbait.
Exactly.
Based on your thumbnail, like that's just stupid.
I also want to say that I saw a few people do reviews or like live reactions to it. I know J-Man, you got one, BG got one. But, it's one that I saw in particular, and I'm not going to say her name because I would love for her to be a guest on here one day. Jackson, Wyoming is the place where Ellie is and where that camp is, right? I thought it was with Tommy stuff at first. That's what I thought it was, and I think that's where a lot of people thought all that was. No, they all picked up and moved to Jackson, Wyoming. There is a tragic event that happens to Ellie, and when they say Jackson, they mean the city of Jackson, not an actual person named Jackson.
Yes.
I want to clear that up for because I saw certain people like, oh wait, who is Jackson? Jackson is nobody. Jackson is nobody.
Also, people thought Jackson was a person.
Yeah, people thought,
They
played
the first game, bro.
Yeah.
Jack, that's what I'm saying, Jack.
It's literally like we're gonna go back to Jackson. They keep saying we're gonna go to Jackson. Like, come on.
Tommy's place was in Jackson when they got there the first time when Joel tried to drop her off. Like,
it seems like the biggest shit talkers of The Last of Us are the people who haven't played The Last of Us, which is really crazy.
Yeah. And the hospital that she's at in this new footage is not the hospital that Joel was at the end of the game.
But
that was Utah. This is Seattle. Two different places.
Check the Discord chat. Don't say it. But
I see.
Yeah. So and it threw me off a little bit. I'm like, yo, was y'all not listening? They said it. They thought, what's her name? Nora. They thought Nora was fucking Riley. I'm like, yo, Riley dead. Like,
nah, it's not Riley.
Oh, yo, hey, J-Man.
It's not.
Ellie pulled up on her.
Huh?
Ellie pulled up on her. Put that shit down. I said, what?
Ellie sound ruthless, man. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
she sound ruthless.
Yeah, man. I'm ready for that game. Let me read some super chats. This one's from Jay Barry. Says, J-Man got a silk tank top? LOL, bro. Nigga say you got a silk tank top, bro. Are you good, bro?
This is a penny. If you ever played sports in school, Jay Barry. I could tell Jay Barry, you know what I mean? You ain't never played sports. You got an athletic bone in your body. But this is a penny. You wear this when you're playing sports.
You working out, right? Jay Barry looks like Ice JJ Fish, huh? That's my nigga though, bro. But he's his cousin, bro. He looks exactly like that. All right, this one is from Royal. He says, thanks for the great entertainment. I listened to it at work and went to the beginning and caught all the way up. That's crazy, man. Shout out to you. For the record, Kofi, you're not as dark as the back of Jeremy's neck. Ha ha. If you remember that episode. Yeah. Oh, I remember I had to give Jeremy a little bit of work a long time ago, man. But shout out to Jeremy, man. That guy actually rated my Twitch stream, yo. Big shout out to Jeremy, man. This one is from Bless Red. He says, The Last of Us Part 2, a.k.a. Uncharted 5. Clap. Shade emoji. This one is from Matt Ronan. He says, Ice Cube was bumping. Yeah, that part caught me off guard, bro. I didn't know where the music was coming from. At first, I'm like, is that coming from the game? Or like, I was just confused at first, yo. I was like, oh, shit. This one's from Sofa Spy. He says, The Last of Us 2 looks fire, but Black Bond is right. Naughty Dog doesn't know anything about sports or exercising. A tiny 100-pound girl taking down a 250-pound muscular man in QTEs is hilarious.
I can't wait to debate that. I hope he's not serious. I can't wait to debate that.
Dodge is on point, yo.
Yeah, so, Jack, for the people who say shit like that, what do you have to say to the people who say shit like that?
I mean, if you was fighting a chick, right, and you trying to swing on her, and she dodges you and stab you in the midsection with a fucking machete, and she keeps doing it, I don't know how long you're gonna be able to withstand some shit like that. I don't know. You know what I mean? So, it is.
First of all, listen, that's the argument. Knife versus bat. Knife wins every time.
Indeed.
Facts.
Yeah.
First of all, we playing video games.
Yeah, that's second. A lot of this is all Maple Leaf, anyways, right? So.
It's video game. And second of all,
Maple Leaf or Make Believe?
Maple Leaf.
Maple Leaf.
Yeah, what
he definitely said Maple Leaf. He's from Canada.
Yeah, that Canadian.
But I would say, second of all, if you had no problem with Ellie taking care of a grown man with a fatal wound for a whole season and then killing grown ass men, then I don't want to hear shit about you in the
And when
second
she was
game.
14, like come on,
As a 14-year-old child taking care of a grown ass man with a fadeaway.
A lot of this shit is not realistic to begin with, anyways. So just enjoy the game, man. Enjoy the experience. I don't really be looking at stuff like that. Oh, like this guy's young, he can't take down this big ass enemy. Like, Jack, my mind don't be going there, bro. Like
you're literally playing a game that has an infection that is turning people into creatures that click because it is a viral infection from the earth as a fungus. Fucking chill.
Yeah, I see that type of shit don't bother me. Like in games, it don't bother me. This one's from C-Mag. He says, "We will not have any Alex slander on this podcast." Man, we know we love Alex, man.
Wow.
We love you, Alex. Of course.
This one's from Flaffy. He says, "Last of Us survival game." I think he meant to say it's a survival game. And Flaffy says, "Is Deus Ex a stealth game?" Asking for a fuck nigga.
This actually proves my point. If you've actually played Deus Ex, it has mechanics that let you play however you want to play, whether it's stealth and then it creates a deep stealth combat system, or a deep stealth system or a deep combat system, which you can do either way depending on how you spec and rate your character. So yes, Deus Ex is a stealth game. Deus Ex can also be an action game. Also, you just started playing video games.
Yeah,
I ain't never played Deus Ex, so no comment.
So you need to stop talking.
This one is from my man, my favorite X-Bot, Death Singer. He says, "Shout out to the panel. Keep up the good work. But you put me to sleep with this Last of Us 2 talk. Wake me up when you're done." That's what he
Wow.
said.
Ain't he bad at Forza? All right. Look in the layout, bro. You know what I mean? I heard they be clapping your feet in the Discord.
Yeah, these Xbox niggas be looking spooky, Jack. They be talking all this shit. We get in the Discord. We play these Xbox games. And they get embodied by us. We deem the haters, too. And they get embodied by us. Shit is crazy.
Imagine being bad at an Xbox game, though. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Def Singer, though. Cool dude, man. This one's from Tony Wood 25. He says, "I want all the smoke. After what Sony tried to hide about Joel, the game gets half a bar from me. Naughty Dog putting Sony's future on the line." Jack, what is he talking about, sir?
Next super chat.
Yeah,
Next super chat.
I don't know. Right. This one's from Born Gamers. He says, "You can't go guns blazing in Hitman. You know why? Because that's an actual stealth game. Splinter Cell also. But Last of Us isn't a stealth game, bro." Alex, do you have a rebuttal to that?
Yes. He played that game on normal.
Wait. I got a co-sign with Alex. Hold on. I gotta co-sign it.
Again, what I'm asking for that would make me interested in The Last of Us 2 are deeper stealth mechanics for that game. They are touching the surface of a stealth game and they're touching the surface of an action game, and they're not trying to go deeper in the mechanics that would make me personally interested in that game. If you like The Last of Us, you will like The Last of Us 2. Will I like The Last of Us 2? Probably not, because I didn't like the first. Don't get in your feelings.
I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll on Twitter, yo. I'm gonna do a poll on Twitter right now, because this is actually an interesting conversation. Like, is Last of Us a stealth game? Because I think it varies, yo, because it varies from the difficulty. If you play that shit on normal, bro, I played, like I told you, for my collectible run of The Last of Us, I dropped that shit down to easy because I was trying to get the collectibles. Bro, Jack, the amount of resources and materials they give you in that game is not no stealth game, bro. I just shot up everything, bro, and just ran.
It really depends on the difficulty you play it on. I think if you playing on grounded, I would definitely suggest.
Yes, you have to take a more stealth approach when you play on
grounded is an artificial hard difficulty. They just
and I beat it on survival. Damage. So when I beat it on survival, the majority of what I was doing was stealth.
Yeah, it depends on how you play. If you play it on normal, you could definitely run through the game just doing whatever the fuck you want. But if you playing it on actual harder difficulty, yeah, you're gonna need to stealth.
But then also, I'll bring this argument to you too. People always talk about beating Last of Us on grounded. You beat it on grounded. It's not an action game anymore.
Yeah, it's not. You definitely got to watch the way you move on grounded.
So then again, my argument stands. I'm right.
It doesn't though, because that's not the recommended way to play it.
The recommended way to play it is on normal, like I did.
The community's way of recommended to playing it is wrong.
According to the developer, which is going after the casual market of the game, yeah.
So then why would they introduce stealth mechanics?
Because it has stealth mechanics as an option, and action mechanics as an option.
So then why would they introduce the stealth mechanics and make them basically mandatory in the harder difficulties?
They're not. They're only mandatory in the hard difficulties because that's an artificial harder difficulty. That game.
Then you're telling me the difficulties are bad now.
Yes, I could have been told you that.
You got it.
I could have been told you that. In terms of grounded being a good harder difficulty, it's not. All they did was increase the damage from the enemies and lower the resources that you can find within the world.
Mm-hmm. Which causes you to do what?
Increase your stealth.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Have a great day. I'll see you later.
Alex, you just disregarded everything that I just said.
Peace out.
Yo, you stupid. You stupid.
You know Alex is a spin king. He All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. He's a spin. He's a spin.
That the recommended way to play it is on normal, so which means that it's not a stealth game. Yes. Okay.
Well, I wouldn't recommend.
If we're gonna play Stupid Alex, there's a podcast for you called Planet Xbox that you can join.
Oh shit!
Go ahead over
there. All right, yo. So the embargo for the game lifts June 12. Like I said, reviewers are already playing the game. A few reviewers already beat the game. So reviews are dropping a week early. So clearly Naughty Dog is very confident in this whole shit. And I didn't miss your super chat. I'm about to read the rest, all right? Clearly Naughty Dog is super confident in The Last of Us. And I'm going to read the rest of the super chats. But people in the chat watching, what's your updated Metacritic prediction of The Last of Us after seeing State of Play? Real quick, and I'm about to read the super chat, so I want to read what y'all put there after.
I'm gonna say, my prediction is gonna be.
What's that?
93.
93.
Okay.
All right, this one's from E1 Matador with another donation. He says, "Y'all keep sleeping on Ghost. I can't wait for The Last of Us 2 though. It looks epic, but Ghost, just that Ghost samurai really world, good. Almost my soul. Ghost, just that samurai world, almost my soul." My nigga, I don't understand what you said. He says, believe the Ghost. He says, it looks epic, but Ghost, just that samurai world, almost my soul.
I guess almost.
What was he trying to say?
I guess it hits
touches
my
his soul. All right, yeah, we get you though. We get you. You're trying to say you hype for Ghost, so we get you. He says, believe the Ghost, and I'm excited for that game too as well, man. This one is from. Where is it? MLU007M. He says, Alex, Ellie is not a trained assassin.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Hitman comment. Go ahead.
These spellings, the spelling of this shit. OT, chain swinging warriors, not a sword samurai. She's a survivor. Game needs to play to this realistic limitations.
Okay, so she's a survivor who then has to stealth through other scenarios because she's not a chain-wielding warrior. Therefore, it needs deeper stealth mechanics. Thanks very much. Have a
survival game, bro. You just said it. She's a survivor. Survival.
Yeah. So she's
means necessary.
Yes, survival means any means necessary, action or stealth.
Okay. And if I want to take the Black Bond approach, she's a tiny little woman who's 100 pounds. So she should have more stealth mechanics. Let's be real.
All right, this one's from my man Notorious Nicholas. He says, "The Last of Us and Ghost battling it for a game of the year is gonna be close." Man, y'all sleeping on Cyberpunk? Yo, maybe Cyberpunk might come through, man. Cyberpunk might come through, man.
They gotta fight themselves. Oh, that's crazy.
Cyberpunk's gonna sit in the wings. Don't worry.
Venom with the exposure. He says, Alex selects Metal Gear with one button melee combat.
Yep. Because Metal Gear has deep stealth mechanics. Thank you very much.
Because it's a what? Because it's a what? A stealth game, right? I rest my case.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And according to the poll, 44% say yes, Last of Us is a stealth game. Almost
56 said it.
Yeah. Tell the full story, Alex. Tell the full story, Alex. You always tell half of the story that you want to hear. What did the other say?
44.4. 47.8, excuse me. 47.8 stealth game, 52.2 not a stealth game.
So we winning. So we winning still. We barely win.
You're winning by 4.4%.
Okay.
So it looks like
I'm not gonna vote on that poll. I might skew the odds.
Deeper stealth mechanics would be a good thing for Last of Us 2.
Okay.
You imagine.
Born Game says, so is Uncharted a stealth game? No, it's not. There's stealth mechanics in it, but it's, oh my god, it's not a stealth game, but we appreciate the super chat. This one's from Niquid Snake. He says, Witcher 3 on normal is a hack and slash RPG, but on Death March, it's a tactical RPG, same as Dragon Age.
Correct.
So pretty much, depending on what difficulty you choose, a game can change, like the approach, like how you play it, right? It can change.
Playing a game on easy, it could be any genre you want because you probably, got something going on with it. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jamie, stop making new accounts to vote on that poll.
Oh shit.
This one's from Def Singer. He says,
Jack, camera froze. Jamie, your camera froze.
This one's from Jack. Def Singer got some smoke. He says, Jack, at least I play good multiplayer games, not tack on whack multiplayer games. That is bad. Pull up and play a real multiplayer game. Jack.
Hey, wait.
Jack, let's fight.
Jack, I gotta.
He left. Oh man, oh man, Jack, cut. Shit is crazy.
I didn't leave. I
thought you left. Who left then? It was J Main.
J Main left.
I was about to say.
Let me defend Jack for a minute. Y'all remember the first night y'all played Gears 5? Kofi, it's up on your channel. For those of you all who don't know, not only did Jack hold his own against those fucking Xbox dudes who don't even like Gears, and he was performing just as well as Erica, Alex, and everybody over here.
I ain't gonna go that far. Hold on.
Hold on. No, but you played the objective, so I'm gonna need Def Singer to fall all the way back, sir. Relax, sir.
That's why
relax a little bit.
He peeped the scenario. He seen what was going. Thank you, Hustle. I appreciate that.
Oh,
this one's from.
We gotta stop this.
This one's from Red Hood. He says, "Bruh, can people proofread before sending messages? They're just trying to make me look like I cannot read. You know what? I see what they're trying to do." This one's from Wonton Soup 2. He says, "This swamp brain, Gator Eden, PC pirate thinks he knows more than the developers? Get this clown out of here, bro."
How much did he donate?
Is that PlayStation Poppy right there?
That's PlayStation Poppy.
Is that my Master Platinum Poppy right there? Okay.
How much did he donate?
He donated $5.
I know you got 5. Next time, make it 10, motherfucker.
All right, this one's from 2125. He says, "I could care less, but have any of y'all taken in consideration of what happened when Battlefield 5 when it bent the knee to the Anita Sarkeesian types?" We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You know what? We'll see what happens when the game drops. All right. We'll see if people support it or it flops. This one's from Jay Harvey. He says, "Damn, man, missed the Patreon questions this month. Working all day, 8 to 8. Essential workers has its pros and cons. I got y'all next time. What's up, Hustle?" Shout out to you, Jay Harvey, man. Yeah, we posted that shit for you, dog. You know what I mean? We posted that shit on the low for you. This one's from Blessed Red. He said, "I played Metal Gear Solid 5, shooting a lot, stealth and action." This one's from Killmonger. Ultra says, "I need the multiplayer to be brutal as the single player." The problem with that is when you have all these crazy animations in the multiplayer, that just leaves you open to get shot at. You know what I mean, Jack?
And all that dodging and shit, motherfucker be hiding in the grass. Like, they're gonna have to scale it. Well, unless they balance it on some otherworldly type shit, they definitely.
I feel like for the multiplayer, the executions need to be quicker. I would like that. So I can actually get off an execution and not have your butt buddy kill me. You know what I mean? That'd be cool.
You know what they did in the first Last of Us? Like Last of Us 1 has a lot of drawn out animations online. They came out with quicker animations as DLC. Shout out to Naughty Dog.
Wait, Jack, did you have to buy those as microtransactions too?
For the quicker,
yes, you did.
For the quicker executions.
Oh no!
Yeah, like the quicker shield and shit like that. Yeah, he had about it.
This one's from Relax Paul Gaming RPG. He says, "I'm with Alex. I don't care about The Last of Us." Not every game is for every single person.
Exactly.
So that's okay. So that's okay. That's okay. You know what I mean? So we cool with that. All right, so let's move on.
Kofi. Can you read from that last gentleman his super chat? We ain't need to hear that.
Oh,
Sorry. Sorry, we know it's subjective. Listen, I only tease Alex the way that I tease Alex is because he knows that Naughty Dog is a good studio. He may not want to admit it on air or whatever. He know that they're a good studio, dog. You're talking that bullshit, but you know better. You know better.
It's not CD Projekt Red. They're not a good studio.
All right, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We spent a lot of time on The Last of Us. The game's coming out in under, I believe, 20 days or under 20 days or something like that. So soon we're gonna get our hands on the game, and I can't wait to play it. A lot of us here can't wait to play it.
3 weeks to be exact.
3 weeks, yeah. And I'm very happy my plug is back in business, so I should be getting my early copy, and I'm gonna be DMing.
Oh, you gonna have it early?
I'm gonna be DMing.
I heard some good news too.
I'm gonna be DMing my boy Jack
You
all the
getting it early,
spoilers,
too?
yo.
Oh shit!
If you did,
I might be getting it early too, dog.
Yo, the 6-hour road trip, you go pull up, Jack?
All I need y'all to do hit the DMs with all the good news. I don't need no sports. You know what I mean? What's going on? Right?
All right, one last.
If multiplayer ain't there day one, I'm spoiling everything.
All right, one last super chat before we move on to the next topic. It's from OBJ Jr. He says, off topic to the panel. If Alex get bitten on the thigh by a poisonous snake, will you suck the blood to save him?
You can't even spell suck. Like what?
Hey, you trying to get you some action, Alex? Why you upset, bro?
Come on, Jack. Bring them lips over here.
Who here would suck the blood or the poison out of Alex's thigh? Who here?
I'm not at liberty to answer that.
Because I don't think my mechanics aren't deep enough for the task.
Yeah, I can drag out with the body.
I can't do it.
You got. I think we want to let him die, yo. To be honest, to keep it real, yeah, we're gonna let him die, man.
He's out of here.
Big shout out.
I mean, for him to get bit by a poisonous snake, it just shows that his stealth mechanics weren't deep enough to sneak past it. So
correct.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's slacking.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sweating. It's hot as fuck in my crib. My face is shiny. I know it's coming off shiny, so I'm hot sweating. All right, yo, let's move on to the next topic. With all this great PlayStation news, Among Us, Jack. PlayStation's on fire last week. Ghost of Tsushima. Look clean, even though you hate it. This week,
where the gunshots at?
What you say?
Yeah, we don't even get the guns.
I'm bringing the soundboard back, man. I'm bringing the soundboard back, man. Next podcast.
Don't let BG take over with his weak ass soundboard, dog.
Yeah, I'm bringing
keep that shit strong.
I'm bringing it back next podcast. Yo, we got The Last of Us this week. There's rumors that PlayStation's gonna be doing something next week, which we're gonna get to it. But Microsoft had to say something. You know what I mean? They couldn't let PlayStation slide with all this good news. So they came out and talked about the Series X again. About backwards compatible. When in doubt, talk about backwards compatibility, bro. So they came out and said that the Xbox Series X is going to have thousands of games available at launch with backwards compatibility.
All games?
They're going to feature auto HDR to older games that didn't have HDR and shit like that.
I love it.
Games that were 30 frames per second. Some games that were 30 frames per second will be able to run 60. 60 frames per second will be able to run 120 frames per second. But I stress out certain titles, not all titles. You know what I mean? A selection of games. And they took a little bit of shots at Sony on the timeline. They said that this is no boost mode type of shit. You know what I mean? And no downsampling or downscaling or whatever they said. So downclocking. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So Microsoft was trying to throw in a little bit of heat in here. And Jack, what do you have to say as the pony commissioner?
Honestly, you know what I mean? I like this. I always say, I want the competition to actually, be competition, not on there congratulating and shaking hands, kissing babies. They clearly ain't got no fucking games to show, but at least they have something to tout about and brag about. Okay, I like the energy. Hopefully hopefully this shit comes and actually works correctly. You don't turn on HDR and the whole screen go black or some dumb shit. Hopefully everything works the way they're saying it's gonna work. And you know what I mean? Only thing I got to say about this, I like the energy from Xbox. Xbox fans, your energy, it changed drastically. You know what I mean? You went from every game should be playable day one to, they're trying and they're at least head to bound on Sony and they're above Sony. So y'all energy changed a lot. You went from needing every game to just need some games. Shout out to y'all.
They're saying your mic is crackling a little bit, so I don't know if you want to just leave and come back or like, you know what I mean?
My mic fucking up again.
Yeah, it's crackling. Yeah, you're having like some popping, some feedback.
All right.
Okay, how I think about this situation. Look, I'm actually someone who really is for game preservation. So, Microsoft put in showing us that backwards compatibility is very important to them. I like that. You know what I mean? I like that in general. I think all these companies should, take game preservation very serious. I've been getting into emulation on PC really serious. This past month, I've been having a blast on Dolphin and shit like that. So I just like that. You know what I mean? And I think for you console gamers, this is something that you guys should want too. On PlayStation, on Xbox, on the next Nintendo platform. This shit is important, So, it's cool that the Xbox is gonna have all these features. And what can I say? I can't say anything bad about it. You know what I mean, J-Man? What's your thoughts on the new article that they put up today?
I mean, they really didn't say nothing new in this in this article. A couple months ago, I tweeted about how Xbox pretty much walked back their every game will be playable to thousands or 1,000 games being playable in terms of backwards compatibility. But everybody wanted to argue with me about how Sony only said 100 instead of acknowledging the point that I made. So that wasn't anything new to me. Backwards compatibility, the HDR stuff, if it's real HDR, that's cool as hell for them to be able to implement that kind of stuff within the old games. But overall, I don't buy new systems to play old games. So at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck.
I hate niggas like you, to be honest.
So you're a Nintendo fan.
You, BG, all y'all niggas. I hate all y'all niggas, bro. It's real talk, man.
What?
You know what? I hate that, like, to play old games. It's just stupid, bro. It's stupid. Like,
it happens. They turn around. And then
because they turn around like that crusty hairline nigga BG, bro, coming out fucking playing all these streaming all these fucking old ass games, talking shit about you don't want to play no old games, but then again he's playing Max 3.
Well, BG a fraud. We already know that.
No Dead Space. He's playing like stop it, bro. Cut it out.
Can I make a point though? Can I make a point?
Game preservation is important. I'll stand by that, bro. I'll never change my mind on that shit, bro. That's important, bro.
Preservation is important if you have the freedom within preservation. Xbox is coming out telling you that 30 FPS games will be playable at 60 FPS and 60 at 120. They're not giving you the freedom to go from 30 to 120, which it sounds like. That's why I have an issue with that, because it doesn't seem like they're giving you the freedom for FOV. Am I going to get the options that I get when I'm playing PC games? Doesn't sound like that. Are they going to open up the settings like they do on PC? No. So if not, I have a PC for everything that I can play on Xbox. So it does not matter what system that I buy in terms of backwards compatibility when I can play all that shit on my PC. Period.
So, Jen, I want to ask you a question about that, because in the beginning of this generation, weren't a lot of console gamers just playing remasters?
Like what?
That is true. Everyone here on this panel, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in this chat I've played or have bought a remaster this generation.
J-Man say he don't got a problem with remasters though. He ain't got a problem with that.
No, because if you're gonna tell me that the best way to play a game is on a console, then I have no argument. I can't argue that. Okay, if Uncharted is best played on PS4 versus PS3, then yeah, I'm cool with that. But it's nothing that the Xbox can do that the PC isn't already doing, unless the HDR might be cool, but other than that.
No, but we haven't been talking about that though. We're not even talking about that though.
We're talking about I buy new consoles to play new games.
Yeah,
consoles. Which is true. I'm not. So don't twist what I'm saying either, please.
This generation came out. Was it not made a joke called the Remaster Station 4?
Even Xbox had remasters too. People had remasters.
They made. Look at this one. You can make the joke, but there were plenty of new games to play. If you want me to list them, I can.
And then the other joke was the Indie Station.
But the thing is,
still new games to play. But okay,
real quick, the thing is, like, every time I hear that from somebody, they turn around and end up playing some old shit. That's my problem, though. Like, nigga, y'all talk about, I only play new games on new consoles. I don't care about old games. I don't play old games. I play games once. But then again, they turn around and you see them playing some old shit. You know what I mean?
Nintendo dudes are the worst offenders of that.
That's my issue. So why go against why go against that? I feel like people should be uplifting shit like this, not trying to bring it down. That's what I'm saying.
But you're speaking of people who are playing these old games on PC. Can you definitively say they bought that PC to play old games?
Dude, that's the first thing you do when you get a new GPU is you put on all the old games you couldn't run before.
I've done that. I'm guilty of that.
To test it out, sure, but I'm pretty sure if you ask them, they're not going to say they bought it to play old games.
Yeah, you buy that GPU.
That's what you already
like crazy frame rates, 100%.
Right.
That's the first thing I did. Yes.
I can speak for myself. I didn't build the PC to play old games. I built the PC for every future game that comes out. I have the freedom to up the frames per second, up the resolution.
I'm glad I have my PC so I can play everything, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can play the old games and the new games, the old classes and the new shit. Like I said,
It's cool.
It's great.
But even the evidence even shows that majority of people aren't using backwards compatibility. So I don't even understand what the debate is. Most people don't buy new systems to play old games. The evidence is there. They released the numbers on Xbox backwards compatibility.
Okay, but didn't one like a Call of Duty drop? That shit shot up the charts of Amazon like 300% or some shit like that. So
is nostalgia not a thing? Is nostalgia not a thing?
But you
Nintendo fans.
But you said that nobody's
Kofi,
buying.
As a Nintendo guy, did they buy the Xbox to play Modern Warfare 2 or something? Or did they already have it and the nostalgia hit and then they bought it to play it again?
But whatever the reason is, though, they still had the ability to pop into play. That's why this shit is important. That's all I'm saying.
But the argument is, are they buying new systems to play old games?
They're obviously buying new systems to play the new games. I agree with you there.
You cannot even say. You cannot say that. Yeah, you can't say that.
I agree with you that. I agree with you there.
All right, so that's my whole argument.
Okay, all right. Then I agree with that.
We're not buying new systems to play old games.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Important. But that shit is important, though. Having the ability to, play your older titles, the games that you already own, that's important, man. And it should be something that we should uplift as well and stop trying to downplay.
I don't think it is that important. I don't think it is that important.
I don't think
it is that important.
You're wrong. I'm sorry.
I don't think it is that important. If you want to tell me that for Xbox, is it more important than new games?
Yes.
No, ain't nobody said.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
Yes.
It's just as important.
Who agrees with that? Who agrees with that?
What do you say?
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
The new games.
I don't agree with exactly that. But
game preservation is more important than new games. Yes.
So buying a new system for game preservation is more important than playing new games on that system.
When you're talking about game preservation, the ability to go back and play any old game no matter what, yes, that is more important than new games.
So how is buying something new when you can already play it on the platform that you own more important than buying something new to play something new that you can't play on any platform that you currently own?
Hardware breaks down and old hardware cracks and breaks and it's difficult to replace.
So does new hardware break down.
I wanna speak on game preservation right quick, right?
You're looking at new hardware, having the ability to have preservation in your games, carrying your entire library forward is incredibly important. That's what made the PS1 to PS2 jump so great. That's what made the original PS3 jump so fantastic. When we lost it on the PS4, it was a huge complaint because now our entire back catalogs of 3 generations of consoles were null and void.
Okay.
You're wrong.
My fault, man. Hold on. I gotta get the shit off. The reason why game preservation is so important, and I want to answer your question in a second, Kofi. The reason why it's so important is because you'll run into titles like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Like, you can no longer buy those titles, and it's due to like copyright reasons. You can't buy that stuff no more. The reason why the backward compatibility is so important is that if you already own those 2 titles, because I got one of them on PS3, which is Marvel vs. Capcom, I can just still play that and be good. Like, look, I'm not saying you should buy the new system for the old games, but the new system should play the old shit because the old shit. Look, we're gonna be real. A lot of this shit is art, and it belongs in a museum some goddamn way. If Jay Dilla rest in peace to Jay Dilla, if he got the MPC in a museum in Washington D.C., in the art museum in Washington D.C., then goddamn, The Last of Us, Super Mario Brothers, all that shit should be there too, man. Like we need to recognize all forms of art too. And that's all I got to say about that.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You know what I mean? Like some of these games, you know, if it wasn't even for like emulation, like it would be even like hard to even play these and experience these, acquire these. You know, maybe because prices are so high to even get your hands on a copy. That's why shit like this is important though. Like you'll never see me shit on the feature, you know, for backwards compatibility if a console is gonna have that or whatever platform. But with that being said too, like obviously, like J-Main saying, we do buy new consoles to experience new things, but those new things do turn old, and sometimes you want to experience them again in the future, right? So I'm saying game preservation is just important, and that's just my only point in all of
J-Main,
this.
I really implore you to get into emulation a lot more. I'm really imploring you to go back, and you have a 2070 Super now?
27, not a Super, but it's a 2070.
Okay, I really need you to go back and start playing older games that you weren't playing before on your PC and really see the difference that new hardware makes on them, especially when you weren't able to play them properly before because of hardware. And see the difference of what those games do with that new hardware that you have, and then get into emulation. And you will change your opinion on your mind on that because you're still thinking of it from like that console mentality. But you're not thinking of it from in terms of like, I have this powerful hardware. Like I'm thinking of it from a PC perspective where I play everything. So old game, new game doesn't matter. But when I get a new GPU and I can play all the older games that I had a lot of hard time trouble playing, it breathes new life into them completely. So even though I have new hardware for newer games, the old games become new again because of the way the game changes.
No, I understand that, but like I barely play new games as it is. So like,
yeah, J-Man don't play no games. So why are we even talking to this nigga, dog? You don't play no games.
If I have the option to play a new game versus an old game, I'm gonna play the new game. That's what I got the hardware for to do it, and I'm gonna choose that 9 times out of 10. Yeah, but I'm just not of the mind that we care more about old games than new games, especially when we're talking about fucking Xbox. Everybody keeps telling me about how they need to improve their first party, and these new games got to hit when they showcase in July. Yet we're talking about a backwards compatibility feature that they already detailed months ago.
Bro, the new stuff is important, bro. I agree with you. Like when you say that, like I actually agree with you. Like the new stuff is important. Like that's new is important. But I'm just saying, those new stuff, the new stuff becomes old eventually. You know what I'm saying? The new stuff becomes old, and we want to. Me personally, I can speak for myself. I would like to bring my games along with me every time I upgrade my hardware. That's why I like the PC platform too, because of this shit. Because all the options that you get. So, but we're gonna leave it as that. We're gonna continue. Let me catch up on the super chats. This one is from King Kovu. He's like, I like this energy from Xbox. You can't paint a picture of your own, make a stain on somebody else's. Also, glad to see Alex has stopped sniffing.
I have no idea what that means.
I'm glad you don't.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, well, you playing with your nose.
You playing with your nose, bro. You sniffing, bro. You sniffing that white.
I have allergies. I have allergies. I live in a state where there's a lot of pollen.
He playing around with you. This one's from Tony with 25. He says, shout out to the J-Main Studio upgrade. By the way, I hope my guy Kid Smooth showed y'all how a master plays The Last of Us on Grounded. Respect on his name.
Oh, he means Kofi.
That Folger sponsor came through clear.
Shout out to Tony Wood. This one's from Dip Dap Doopity. Says, what are all y'all predictions for the Metacritic score of Ghost of Tsushima, Marvel's Avengers, and Cyberpunk? So let's quickly do this. Ghost of Tsushima is going to get an 87 on Metacritic.
80. I was thinking 88.
87 on Metacritic.
I said 87 as well.
87
as well.
Y'all in the right ballpark.
Marvel Avengers will get a 76. Mark it down.
Oh, fuck.
74.
Mark it down. Mark it down. 76.
What you say? Say it again. Let me write this down.
Mark it down. Yo, 76. 76 or 77. No more than that.
79.
Kofi says
76, 77. Just write that. Write that down, bro.
Delusional Kofi.
Oh, shit.
Says Marvel. All right, 76.
If you think that shit's going to get like high 80s, you're bugging, bro. That shit's going to 77. Watch.
84 is my prediction.
Okay. You are in the wrong space.
Difference.
84.
Okay.
Yes.
And the last one was
and
Cyberpunk.
Alex.
93.
See, this is the one that I'm confused about because this shit could go either way. I just do not know.
Really could.
It really could go either way. Wow, Jack, you said 91 for Cyberpunk?
It could be too deep in terms of mechanics, and because it's a tabletop game, so it could go over a lot of people's heads and the reviewers.
My heart wants to say 89 or 88 for this one as well. My heart wants to say. I don't know if this one's gonna hit a 90 though.
Oh no.
Plus,
You got to remember this game got the media dick in its mouth.
Say that again. It got the media's dick in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean the media got CD Projekt Red dick in their mouth, so you know what I mean.
Yo, but
I mean, 89 might be a 91.
95 for Cyberpunk.
It definitely has
95.
the potential to be
95.
that. It definitely has the potential,
95.
but I want to see how it turns out. Like, I feel like I need to see another, a more recent gameplay snippet, which we're gonna see soon. So I want to see more of it.
Which version? Console or PC?
PC version. Let's say PC.
PC?
Yeah.
95.
95.
95. Wow.
PC
95.
95. Console 95.
Yeah.
PC scores usually be lower than console scores.
On the low.
I think it's gonna be built better, dog. It's gonna be a way better.
Always higher.
You got a point.
Okay. All right.
Did we do Last of Us, or was that not in there?
That was not in there. It wasn't in there.
Oh, okay.
I think 93 for Last of Us.
Yeah, I said
96.
93 too.
Yeah. This one's from Destiny. He says,
I
I
hope
don't
so.
buy new systems to play remasters of games. That's what he says.
Mm.
OBJ Jr. says,
Stick on
Xbox is on suicide watch.
Oh shit.
Thank you for
Facts.
the money.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. All right. So we got 2 Patreon questions that we're going to move on to more news. And we're going to quickly tackle these questions. This one's from Gian the Don. He says, since the PlayStation 5 event is speculated to be June 3rd, I want to know what's one PlayStation multiplayer game you'd want them to reveal as a surprise. For me, it would be a Resistance sequel. Perfect. This could segue us into our next topic right here. You know what I mean?
Who asked that question?
Gian, that's my guy right
the
there.
Don.
Oh, shout out to you, man. You're a special kind of guy. Appreciate it.
Like I said, it's heavily rumored that the PlayStation is going to be having some event June 3rd. Jason Schreier has teased it. Other people in the industry has teased it. So something is going on next week when it comes to PlayStation. We're probably going to get a look at the console and some games. So back to his question, what multiplayer game would you want them to reveal as a surprise? Jack, can you think of anything? PlayStation multiplayer. Fractions?
Easy. No, of course. Come on, man.
Shit.
That's the only answer for me. Only answer. Absolutely.
Okay, I can see that.
How about you, J-Man?
Not that I really want this game, but I think it would be nice and a nice return for the fans. I would be cool with them announcing a new SOCOM game, even if it's just a multiplayer only style SOCOM game. I think it'll work. I think it'll work in this era.
Okay. Alex, what would you like to see? Multiplayer game from PlayStation. You played any?
Who you asked?
Great game from
Alex.
PlayStation.
Multiplayer game from PlayStation.
I think if they did it right, I'm gonna go with J-Main and say if they created an environment like they did with CS:GO, and they focused it on creating an esport environment, then I think SOCOM would work. But it has to be like SOCOM 2, to where it's much more rigid, and I think it has to be like real rule set brought down. Like it has to have that environment for it to be successful. I think any other way it's not going to work.
You see, with me, I could keep it real with you. When it comes to PlayStation and multiplayer, they never been a thing for me growing up. I'm just keeping it real. You know, back in the day, locally, I used to fuck around with the co-op games, the fighters and stuff on PlayStation with my friends. But as a brand, multiplayer has just never been. I haven't really been excited about their multiplayer games. You know, I've dabbled in a lot of them. I played Uncharted 2 multiplayer when that dropped. I dabbled in 3.
Fire.
I wasn't really a fan of that. You know what I
Trash.
mean? Not a fan of the Killzone multiplayer. 2 was probably the most fun one, but I dabbled in that. Wasn't a fan of that. Shadowfall, I was, you know what I mean? Like the big multiplayers for Sony, I just haven't really been big a fan of. If I'm keeping it real with you and being honest, you know, prior to this generation, the Xbox One, which you know has been trash. You know, Xbox has kind of had the best multiplayer games when it comes to in-house. games. You know, from the Halos, from the Gears, and stuff. So I've never really been super into Sony multiplayers like that. So they have always just been like a single player thing for me. But if I were to just, I would like to see them make a melee combat multiplayer game. That's what I want to see from them.
Like Bleeding Edge?
Not like Bleeding Edge. Not like Bleeding Edge, but more. I want to, because people always told me God of War Ascension's multiplayer was kind of heat. So I kind of want to see something like that. Like if they were to make a PvP kind of melee, kind of multiplayer like that in the same vein, like that, I would be more inclined to try it out today. You know what I mean? I would like to see something like that. You know what I mean? I would like
trying to think what IP they could do that with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what IP.
Shit. I mean, Horizon multiplayer would be, I think would be good too.
You think so?
The Order 18.
I don't know.
No, not with the Order. Not with the Order.
No. Hear me out.
The Order would probably be like a Gears clone, to be honest. It would be pretty much like a Gears.
But that's why I wanted though. And shout out to D Troop in the chat. That game, I'm surprised that game doesn't have multiplayer because the weapons, like the shooting in it, is top notch. I'm playing it for the first time. And like just though the different guns, like first that game looks phenomenal by the way, but like the different guns and everything, man, like that would have been a dope multiplayer, man. It would have been so much fun. But I mean, you know, but that's something that I would like to see. I want to see a sequel to that game too. I'm on chapter 10 right now, and I hope it don't fall off a cliff with me saying that. But I'm having fun.
And yeah, about that, let's stick with this PlayStation event in June 3rd. Jack, a PlayStation fan. What does Sony have to do for you June 3rd for you to be satisfied? We've seen Microsoft fumble the bag with the most recent Inside Xbox. But prior to that, in my personal opinion, I think they've been revealing the Series X pretty good. You know, we've been seeing a lot of hands-on tests with the speed, the multiple game suspension and resume features. We've been seeing stuff like that. So a lot of cool little things. So what does PlayStation got to do June 3rd for you to be satisfied?
Personally, first of all, they got to show the console.
Okay.
I need a price. I need a launch or window. I need at least 2 compelling first-party games. So something they've went away from that really disappoints me personally. They need a renewed respect for independent developers and a platform to showcase their games. Good independent games, not that bullshit. You know, Deer walking in the grocery. Not the Game Pass fodder. I need like the hot shit. Okay, the Devolver Digital type shit. You know what I mean? Need a renewed love for independent developers, and that's it, man. Like I'll be cool. Cause I ain't expecting. You know what I mean? Megaton, fucking every studio making a game. 1 or 2 games. You know what I mean? If they look at fire, I'm good with that.
Okay. J-Man, what does PlayStation got to do to knock it out the park June 3rd with the reveal?
Show visuals and gameplay that represent next generation. Something that when people look at it, like, okay, that's something that we haven't seen or something that we haven't been looking at on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. I think at this point, studios that have been working on games like Horizon 2 is obviously in development. I think they could show something like that. Even if it's not going to be a launch title for PS5, it should be close if they have been working on it since the release of Horizon 1. I think a Horizon 2, maybe even like a Spider-Man 2 or something like that. Like maybe show off those kind of games to get the fans excited. Because a lot of the first round of PS5 games from first party are going to be like sequels to things that we played on PS4. So stuff like that. It's rumored that they might show off something to do with the hardware. So maybe even like the console itself, maybe showing what the console looks like.
The create feature. I would maybe they be talking about. Remember, they said they have more to talk about that. The create button.
Oh yeah, the create button. So they could easily show something like that off while showing a next generation game. So something like that, and just rumored stuff like I think there's supposed to be like a Demon Souls remake, a Ratchet and Clank sequel. It should be happening. Like some stuff like that, little smaller titles that are ready to go at launch. Show us like what the launch lineup is kind of looking like a little bit, so that we get some perspective of launch and then a little bit in the future. I think that would be a good setup for the event.
Alex, What does PlayStation got to do to impress you June 3rd?
Who, Hustle or me?
You.
Oh, I'm sorry. You broke up.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's got to be console reveal, full backwards compatibility with every console.
That's not happening. I think that's already confirmed. That's ain't happening.
Right. To impress me.
Okay.
And a $3.99 price point.
That's definitely not happening either. Alex not gonna be impressed. He ain't gonna fuck with this.
So
You said $3.99?
Yeah, how about
$3.99?
How about games?
No.
Games wise, what game would you like?
Those
to
are going
see
to come no matter what. Like, that doesn't really matter to me.
Okay.
Like, there's going to be games coming out regardless. I don't think we're going to see the same graphical leap that we're thinking about in terms of this gen, the next gen. I think we'll see prettier textures and high resolution, but that's about it. If you're going to talk about games, maybe something really fucking wild and wacky. You know, it'd be crazy. Vid Ribbon. If they bring back Vid Ribbon, you guys don't know about Vid Ribbon.
We don't know
Never
about
mind.
that. Yeah, we don't know about that.
So I would like to see Vid Ribbon come back and then Parappa the Rapper. How's that?
Okay, cool.
Parappa
Hustle.
the Rapper.
What
Rhythm
does-
games are out, though, man. They're not going to bring that back.
Yeah. Hustle.
I would want them to, though.
What
Yes, sir.
does Sony have to do June 3rd to impress you?
To impress me personally, not much because they got The Last of Us 2 coming out. As far as content goes, I'm not worried about PlayStation on the content front. However, what I would like to see, PlayStation counteract the rumored Perfect Dark game that the not the Coalition, but the Initiative is working on. So if they will dig in their crate, so to speak, and bring back like a beloved IP that they may have first party. And Jack, maybe you can educate me on what they might be. And I'm not saying that to cut jokes, but if they bring back like a well beloved first party title and like remake it from the ground up, like maybe with the first God of War, maybe that's a bad idea, but something that they have as their own to just counteract the whole Perfect Dark rumor. In terms
Like
of
a
the
siphon
actual
filter or something like that.
Siphon Filter is a really good one too. Now my cousin Jason had that game. Yeah. As far as what I want to see, obviously, Alex, you had mentioned the price being $400. Now, the last time I was here, I said I think both of those consoles will be $400. Shortly, I don't think so either. But shortly after that, Phil Spencer did go on IGN and say, pretty much, we got the full backing of Microsoft, and they just waiting on PlayStation. I think it's going to be $500 because it's going to have a different cooling feature in it. So this probably means like the vapor chamber thing. I'm not saying for sure, but it may be some type of liquid cooling thing in there. So it won't, your PlayStation won't be as loud as like the PS4 Pro or whatever.
Okay.
Listen, just don't make it boring. Don't do that Mark Cerny shit. Y'all remember when he hopped up on stage talking about the SSD and all that. Don't do that. Because I took off work on the 3rd. And J-Man, since I got all y'all here, since I'm here, I want to tell you personally, man, I appreciate you, cuz, and I tell you why. Because you had your foot on Jason Schreier's neck. He was like, hold on. But what about the PlayStation? No, don't dance around it, my guy. Don't dance around it. You're here. We got you. It's too late. Go ahead and put the business out there. And then y'all was featured in different articles and things of that nature. So, Kofi, when you asked me how does J-Man inspire me, man, he inspired me to keep my foot on these motherfuckers' necks. Shout out to you, J-Man. God damn it, here we go.
Big goddamn, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Good job, y'all. On some real shit. Good job.
I feel like Sony has the blueprint. They've been doing really good with these past reveals of their games. They know what to do to get some like real positive reception. I feel like they need to show off the console, and they just gotta give us some demos of some next generation games. Just maybe look, if you want to do the trailer thing, cool for a couple, but at least have 1 or 2 games that are actually demoed. You feel me? That are being played. That's like something that looks real. And I think if they do that and they're stunning, everyone will be happy. You know, but they have they have seen what Microsoft did and people weren't feeling it, so they shouldn't make the same mistake with that. They should come with some gameplay, at least even if it's just 1 or 2 games that are going to show real gameplay. The rest could be trailers and announcements, you know, but they could focus on 2 games that are really impressive, whether it be Gran Turismo 7, because that's rumored to be coming, or like J-May said, maybe a trailer or a demo of Horizon Zero Dawn 2 or something like that, even though it might be a couple of years away. I think that would be best That's like the best case scenario for them. When it comes to price, I don't think we're gonna hear that. I don't think we're gonna hear the price, Jack. I know it's getting close. So? I don't think they're gonna talk price.
Nah, I don't think so either.
Price. I think, even though a lot of people see like Microsoft, Sony, like, Sony slapping Microsoft, there's no competition. But I think Sony's being very careful with this. I think these guys are gonna wait to the very last possible minute to announce the price of these systems, bro. I'm telling you, Jack.
If they got a nice price though, they might throw that out there. You know what I mean?
But if it's $399, but they're gonna throw it out.
If it's $399, they throw it out because they know Microsoft's not doing no $399.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Yeah, I don't think Microsoft's doing that $399. But if they throw out a price, maybe $499, and maybe Microsoft's target price was $599 or something higher, then at least it gives the window and the opportunity for Microsoft to price match the platform. So I think these guys are playing a little game with the price. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see next week.
I have a question.
Next week. Hopefully.
Maybe one of you all can educate me on it. I thought they had to give a price at a certain point in time just for like retailers. So maybe you had to like announce your console and then you. Right. Okay. So I think we do see a price reveal. I don't know if it's going to be $400, but it might be $500. But I think we see a price reveal because you got to. If this dropping in November, I thought you had to say something like 5 months or 6 months ahead of time.
It's supposed to be coming out in October, yo.
I heard that too.
October?
Right? Yeah.
I heard it for both of them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would be different. Now, but Kofi, what you said about in terms of knowing what the people want, like even these last two state of plays, they're the most viewed state of plays, and I think if they are paying attention, they can see that's the formula for the state of plays. Even if you sprinkle in a couple of other smaller titles, but always have that big title, marquee title that people are looking forward to, and give them a glimpse, maybe 10, 15 minutes of that game on top of everything else.
That works, even if it's just one game, man.
If it's gameplay showcase like that, that's perfect. That's what people want to see. So they should know to come correct with this event. It needs to be gameplay. It needs to be PS5 gameplay specifically. And if it's not, people are not going to be happy.
All right, so let's move on. We got one last Patreon question. This one's from Louis Salazar. He says, which video game have you owned in your possession for the longest? Mine is my original Pokemon Blue cartridge from the year 2000 for my 10th birthday, bro. I still got my Sonic 2. I still got my Sonic 2, and I think that's probably my oldest game that I own. My Sonic 2. Sonic Hedgehog 2 on Sega Genesis. What's the oldest game you own?
I don't keep my games.
But what's the oldest game you have in your possession right now, though?
Final Fantasy VII, PS1 physical copy.
Okay.
That was gifted to me back in like the early.
Hey, that's worse though, yo.
Yeah, I actually have a PS2. I have one of my best friends. His brother moved away. He gave me his PS2 and Final Fantasy VII physical copy. So I have that.
And people in the chat, yo, write your comments. I'll read a couple before we move on. What's the oldest game you own in your possession right now? Hustle, what's the oldest game you own in your possession?
I think we still have Golden now. Shout out to my brother. I think he's because he still got the Nintendo 64. He took it when he moved out, but I think he still has Golden now. I think he still has Mario 64, and we still got the Dreamcast sitting in my dad's closet. I have to run and get that, but I don't think there's no games on it. If we do, I think it's Ready to Rumble. I think, if I remember right.
Jack, how about you? You can't think of one old ass game, even if it's a PS3 game, oldest game in your possession.
We definitely. Well, in my possession personally, we still got the 64 shit like that. But the oldest one I got currently is God of War 1 and 2 on PS3. I used to sell my games before last generation. I regret that shit. Yeah. They came out in like 2009.
Okay.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Hustle.
I don't know if I don't know if y'all will count it, but I do have the SNES Classic, and my favorite game, Mario RPG, is on it. My second favorite game of all time, Super Mario RPG, is on it. So I don't know if y'all will count that, but
I don't think that don't count, but
I know, man.
All right, yo, I have two super chats to read. This one's from Max B. Says Cyberpunk needs a third-person mode. First-person mode only.
Facts.
Like the Outer World gonna be trash. The funny thing that's weird about Cyberpunk, they've been emphasizing the customization so much, but it's gonna be kind of trash when you rarely see your character. Maybe when you're getting into a vehicle and other stuff like that. Like, I don't think it needs a third-person mode, but what I heard is they got rid of like the third person cutscenes. Y'all heard that?
Yeah, I heard that too.
So all cutscenes are going to be in first person. So that's kind of disappointing. Like you're going to be
there's literally no reason to customize a character.
Yeah, so you're customizing a character. Well, you can do this cool shit, but you can't see none of the shit.
Well, we should ask our resident expert of Cyberpunk, Alex. What do you say?
All right. So what happens is in the tabletop game, especially, your appearance determines a lot of what's going on in the gangs you affiliate with, the people who you associate with, literally everything as a mechanic in that game. So it's not about just a visual customization. It's literally story beat customization, character customization, it's character interaction, story interaction, and how you look. There's different factions in the way you're dressed and the way you present yourself in that game in the tabletop that permit you certain advantages and disadvantages when you're in that game and in that role. Like just everything about it. So regardless of how you look in terms of like, can I see my character? Yeah, that kind of sucks. But what they're trying to go for is a complete immersion. And the thing is, how you look in that game is more important in terms of mechanics and story rather than just your visual aspect of it.
Okay. Yeah, because I did watch.
I still rather play it in third person.
See, I don't really look. I'm okay with the whole first person shit though, but I just hope they give us opportunities to see our character and the customization. Because they did put it. Look, if you watch like one of the gameplay breakdown, they emphasize style in the game. I know what you're saying, like all the customization stuff actually means something, Alex, in the game, but they also talked about style too. I'm like, okay, I have all this style, but I can't see my guy, so what's the point? So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it turns out, though. You know what I mean? We'll see how it turns out.
My community, get on it.
Please do.
I'm okay with the first person, to be honest. I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. All right, this super chat is from Predator H20S. We actually have to get him on the podcast when he does. Yo, shout out to you. He says, real talk, Sony's showing on main stage in the past year or two been ho-hum. Mm-hmm. But the last two state of plays been good. You know, Sony's E3, the one that they showed Spider-Man Days Gone, I believe, and was it God of War? 2016. That was incredible.
The best one.
That was an incredible show.
Crazy.
You know, if they could repeat that kind of shit, then we good here, man. We were definitely good.
Had the last Guardian release date, even though it got delayed, but that was there.
The funny thing is, I don't think they had a lot of games to show, J-Mate, but the games that they showed were just incredible. You know? Mm-hmm. I don't think they showed a lot of games in 2016. It was only a few, but it was a really good showing. But shout out to you, Predator. Let's move on. We're almost done here with the podcast, man. Big shout out to everyone who's tuning in live. We had over 500 viewers. We appreciate that. Hit that like button.
Salute.
You know what I mean? Let's get this podcast to over 300 likes, man. Would really appreciate it. All right, so let's wrap up the podcast with a few topics. The Witcher 3 sold 50 million the Witcher franchise sold 50 million copies.
Yeah.
Probably due to The Witcher 3, though. I'm pretty sure The Witcher 3 sold most of those copies.
That would make sense since nobody gave a fuck about the game before Witcher 3. So Witcher 3 probably has at least 75% of those sales.
Yeah, that's probably most of those.
Would you agree, Alex?
About what?
The Witcher franchise has crossed over 50 million copies. So would you say Witcher 3 is the majority of those copies?
That is, though.
Okay.
It's half of
them. Okay. All right, there we go. No argument there. All right, PlayStation is giving away some dope games for once on PS Plus. They're giving away Call of Duty World War II, a game which I actually haven't played yet, and Star Wars Battlefront 2. So if you haven't played those games, they're going to be the free games for June. Check those out. No Man's Sky is going to be available on Game Pass starting next month. So for the people who want to get back into that game.
Bringing a new definition of No Man's Buy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's going to Game Pass, so you guys can check it out. Games with Gold is Destroy All Humans and Shantae. Jack, I think you would approve of that. You know, Shantae is in there.
Yeah, try that out, man. Go try that out.
Destroy All Humans.
It's gotta be half Genie Hero.
No, it's actually Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
Oh, that's the best one. What? Yeah, I definitely got to go play that.
And Destroy All Humans is good too. I like that game.
Shantae dropped today
the Epic Game Store is giving away Borderlands, the Handsome Collection, for free. That's the next game they're giving away, so go check that out. If you guys want a free copy of that game. You know how there's a whole bunch of Silent Hill rumors happening and some new games coming out, we got some Silent Hill news. So Pyramid Head is going to be featured in Dead by Daylight. So that's happening. I don't know if this is this little cameo is meaning that the franchise is gonna come back. I don't know or what's happening with this, but hey, man, if you're a big fan of Silent Hill and Dead by Daylight, there's some crossover action going on over here, so you guys can check that out and see if y'all.
The rumor's been strong for that game, but hopefully this just means that Konami is willing to license their game out, and that Dead by Daylight is just the first example of Silent Hill going to something other than a Konami IP. That's all I can think of.
Maybe it means something more. Who knows? Or maybe it doesn't. So we just gotta wait. It's heavily rumored that PlayStation is gonna have a Silent Hill exclusive. So we gotta wait and see what happens.
I just want to say that my fault, Kofi. Dead by Daylight, even though I'm not a fan of that game either, my brother he loves it, but the level of like villains that they have in that game is fucking phenomenal. Like real talk, I kind of wish they would have did this with Ilphonic before that that whole thing would have happened. But just it's like guest characters is like it's a lot of them over there, and they're like super good. The gameplay is pretty bad, but
bro, I'm gonna tell you how bad Dead by Daylight is, right? Bless Red liked this game.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
That's all that needs to be said, man.
Shit sucks. It sucks.
Yeah,
Say less.
Bad. It's bad.
Say less.
It's pretty bad.
Get my one. Hey, Bless, I see you, baby. You not to get my one slander there.
Trash game is trash.
Damn. Yo,
Dead by Daylight is not a good game.
It's not. Breaking news. We only $100 away from our Patreon to do the 24-hour live stream. We're only $100 away, man. I just want to put that out there if y'all want to see this happen. Only $100. Then
I know y'all got it. I know that direct deposit just hit. It's Thursday night, baby. I know that Trump check is sitting in the savings account.
Go
ahead and deposit.
237 Patreons.
Transfer $100 and go ahead and hit your boys off. We're gonna give y'all that good entertainment on a 24-hour live stream.
Facts.
I'm gonna be out of my mind. Y'all gonna see me playing a game for 6 hours. Something y'all ain't never seen.
J-Man, I got a question.
Play video games?
Shit.
J-Man.
What's good?
We getting Duce J-Man playing them games? What's going on? Because drunk J-Man is best J-Man. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you, dog. You was a funny cat, man.
Do I ever do a podcast? Do I ever do a podcast without Duce? Come on.
Oh,
you know what's in my cup. What's in my cup, dog? I got you.
I actually missed a couple of super chats that I need to read. This one's from Trago. He says, if Sony had more backwards compatibility features over Xbox, Sony dudes would be hyping up backwards compatibility. I 100% agree with you. It's just a nature. It's just a nature thing that Jack. People downplay features that they don't have, and they hype features that they have. It goes with everybody. It's everybody. It's just the nature of it. You know what I mean? So
Indeed. I'm not gonna argue that.
Notorious Nicholas says Sony needs backwards compatibility to preserve games like Metal Gear Solid 4. That would be pretty dope if you could play games like that on like your new console. That would be dope. Gian the Don says, Hustle, you're right about preservation because the ability to emulate classics like Def Jam, Fight for New York, when this is hard to come by, is amazing. And I agree.
My guy. That's my guy right there.
And this one is from...
Question though about that. How you playing that on the new consoles?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't think they're available for backwards compatibility on Xbox.
Oh,
it's not. That's what I'm saying. But we're advocating for this shit to be like that, like with Future Harvard. That's what we want. That's
when you run into licensing issues. That's what I'm saying. The old hardware is going to be the best way to play.
See, that's why if these consoles had true backwards compatibility, it wouldn't matter. If you own the disc, you could pop it in and play. But since now this backwards compatibility is kind of a bootleg, it has to be available on the storefront. And that's when you run into the issues and shit like that.
Keep your hardware, people.
Yeah, well, we have no other choice unless you got a PC that you can emulate that shit. This one's from OBJ Jr. He says, so y'all nerds only talk about games, y'all not like AGS. Talk about current issues. Sex, pussy, and goblin the butts. Shout out to MelonMat93. Hey, we saved that talk for off the record, so check out our second podcast that we do on our Patreon if you want to.
Who asked that question?
OBJ Jr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, appreciate the super chat. And this one's from.
Is that OBJ the Don, or is that somebody else?
I think it's somebody else.
No.
I think it's somebody else.
Okay.
And I think I'm updated on super chats. I'm pretty sure I got everybody. And we're gonna end off the podcast with this last quick discussion. Xenoblade.
You got some super chats.
Nah, you got some.
I got some new ones.
You got some more. You just got some ones that just came in.
It's like 3 more that just came in.
Say a word, y'all going off today. I've been reading super chats all damn podcast. Yo,
I need my cut.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2. The review scores dropped for the game, and it's currently sitting, I believe, at an 89 on Metacritic, lower than the original on Wii. And there's been a lot of debates on social media about the game and how it's currently running. You know, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had really bad performance issues. The resolution of the game in portable mode was like 320p to 500p dynamic, somewhere around that range. And when it's docked, it was like 720p dynamic resolution as well, from 500 to 720p. So the performance in that game was pretty bad. In Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, the frame rates this time is stable, but the resolution is pretty much the same. You know, it hits really low P's, 320 on handheld to 500, and on when it's docked, I believe it's dynamic as well, 720p. My question to y'all in the panel, man, is this acceptable in 2020 to have games look that low? Jack.
Fuck. Oh my God.
Jack, is it acceptable for games to be running like that? Them kind of resolutions?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. 720p is not even recognized as HD definition in some places now. Like, it's not acceptable, though. Especially at sub 30 frames. If it was 60 frames, maybe, okay? But no. Okay. Absolutely not.
Hustle,
you called on me?
I called on you, yeah.
Yeah, you broke up a little bit. To quote Jack Move, since he's having issues right now. Fuck no, baby. Get that bullshit out of here. When we was talking about that yesterday, and you said 320p, I was like, 320p? I said, what the? I ain't never heard of that shit, but I thought about it. That's what old PlayStation games on the fucking tube top TV used to look like, right? No, it's not. It is not acceptable. Nintendo need to get off the bullshit. They need to make. If they're gonna make a handheld, cool, make a handheld, but make a traditional console for the people who want to play our games and experience them that way, man. Like, no, get this bullshit out of here. And I hate the meme. Oh, everything should be put on Switch. No, the fuck it shouldn't, because it looks fucking awful. I don't know about y'all, but I got a fucking 4K TV with HDR. A 720p image on it looks fucking horrible. It don't look good, you know. It looks bad, and I got a really good upscaler. It looks bad still. I'm like, yo, can we stop? Can we please stop? I'm sure it's a good game or whatever, but I don't. Nah, that shit can't look like that. It's 2020.
I think it's the engine. It must be the engine don't play nice with the Switch. Like, there's a lot of good-looking games on the Switch for what the hardware is, like from the Mario Karts to the parties, from even the Mario Rabbids, them type of games. But like when it comes to these open world games, I don't know if it's I don't know. I think it's just too demanding for the platform, and we needed to at least hit its targets that it's aiming for, because the targets are already pretty damn low. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of a turn off. Like, I struggled through Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the performance issues, the frame rate. The shit was so blurry. And I'm not like, I wouldn't consider myself a graphics whore, because I've played all kinds of games on the Switch before and enjoyed them with lower resolutions, you know. So, I don't know. But 320, that's pushing it. Like, I don't know I can handle that, though. J-May, man, what do you think?
What was the question?
What do you think about, you know, Xenoblade's performance? And 320p and 500p, 720p dynamic dock. What do you think about this shit, bro?
Expected on the Switch, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have no opinions on
that. All right, Alex, is this a problem?
Is it a problem?
Mm-hmm.
No. Is it expected that game would hit that resolution? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Monolith Soft has a bad engine, and they need to do something about it, because Mario Odyssey didn't run like that. It ran a hell of a lot better, and at 60 FPS. A lot of other Nintendo games run a hell of a lot better and at a better frame rate and resolution, so that's pretty inexcusable. I just think it's really funny. Okay, I'm gonna get in my bag for a little bit. I just find it really funny how people who don't play on PC all of a sudden care about resolution when it comes to a Nintendo game. I just find that really funny. Because weren't we all gaming on 900p at the beginning of this generation?
Only Xbox gamers.
Hold on, wait a minute though. Well, wait a minute though. If I take what you just said and reverse it,
I just find it funny.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jack.
People on PC only care about fidelity, except for when it comes to Nintendo though.
When I'm looking at it,
call me when you get 60 frames. Call me when you native 4K. I'm playing at 120. Well, what about Nintendo? You getting 320p sub 30 frames, but it's cool though, right?
Didn't I just say that's what was going to happen with that game? Didn't I say that the engine was bad? Didn't I say that that's not the case? And Jack,
you still want to play it though. You still want to play it.
Jack, I'm gonna do a little something.
He didn't answer.
I'm gonna do a little something. For you.
What's up, man?
I'm gonna share my entire screen on here for you, okay, Jack? Because I knew this was gonna come up, and I knew people were gonna be like, "Oh, Alex this, Alex that." Okay.
What you showing, dog?
Do you guys see my screen?
You put it in the Discord? Oh yeah, okay, I see it.
Go ahead, put that on.
I would make it bigger. Pause. Okay.
What about it? What are you showing us, sir?
Go ahead, put my screen on the podcast for me real quick.
Just click on his actual thing.
Oh, it's a whole bunch of emulated games, some old ass games and shit like that. That's what he's
showing. So you showing me your pirate? All right,
you got it. Jack, what's this game right here?
And the Xenoblade Chronicles.
Got you. What's this game here?
Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Xenoblade Chronicles X.
What's this game?
Xenogears.
Xenogears.
What about this one?
So you're a pirate? Okay, good shit.
So you're a pirate.
No, keep going.
Xenosaga.
What you want me? Yeah. What you want me to do?
Okay.
What you dog?
What's that next one?
So it's acceptable for Nintendo so as long as you can steal it, it's okay for Nintendo not to do what they do. All right, I just need a clarification. That's all I need.
What I'm telling you is, if I care about resolution as much as I say that I do, I'll clearly just play it on my PC at the best frame rate, at the best resolution.
Okay. All right. So let's move.
Pretty much. It's expected with that console. It's a tablet. It sucks that it does that. But if I want the best resolution, I'm going to be a dirty pirate.
At the end of the day, even though it's this poor resolution, it seems to be a great game. You know, a lot of people are enjoying it. It is what it is. But it just shows me that Nintendo needs to make a beefier Switch, man, to be honest. I need that Switch Pro to hit so we can actually get 1080p and at least 720p instead of, this dynamic shit. But it's still a good game. Check it out if you haven't played it already. All right, let me read the rest of these super chats and we're going to get the hell out of here. This one's from Bless Ready. Says, let's insert F word, go. Let's effing go. And shut the fuck up, Jack. He says, this one's from President PlayStation. He says, hey, Jack, where's the PSN trophy roasting stream?
I gotta get back on it. Remind me tomorrow. I might get you.
Tony Wood 25 says, yo, Kofi, I'm gonna need you to show more enthusiasm when reading these super chats. It ain't my fault the Switch costs $4.50 in Canadian money. I think I think I read the super chats with a little flavor, man. This one's from Erock 97.
Yeah, you do alright.
He says, that personal do say hits different, J-Main.
Alright.
And this one's from Matt
that
Ronan.
That ain't your daddy yak, man.
This
that
one's
do
from
say
Matt
nice.
Roman. He says, get that money, brothers. And this one's from Josh T. He says, shout out to Jack Copped that X950G TV.
Yeah, fire.
All right, with that being said, we're going to get the hell out of here, man. It's been a great podcast. Big shout out to everyone who came through today, man. A lot of y'all pulled up today, man, watched live with us. We appreciate y'all. Once again, the podcast can be found on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, all that good stuff. Make sure y'all hit the like button on your way out. I would really appreciate it. And check out our Patreon, man. We do great stuff over there. Our second podcast, Off the Record. Listen to that episode. If you did not enjoy it, I'll send you a refund back. No questions asked. Just tell me, listen to, the last Off the Record. And, if you didn't enjoy it, I'll send you a free refund. That's how confident I am.
Shut up.
No, I'm confident. I'm confident. I'm confident.
Stop being so nice. Shut up.
That's a Canadian, dog.
Dude, shut up.
All right,
in the States, we don't honor refunds. We don't honor refunds.
Oh shit.
There are no
all right, let's
break it, you buy it.
let's do our outros, and we're gonna start off with our guest, Hustle Motivate, man.
Before I start with my outro, shout out to you, Tony Wood, man. Thank you for the acknowledgement. I appreciate you, brother. My name has been Hustle and Motivate. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/hustle and motivate. The same thing with my Twitch channel, but just follow me on Twitter first. So every time that I stream, y'all know when I stream. Kofi, man, I see what you've been doing, man. You stream like Carnage, dog. You've been streaming like 3 times a day, man. I got to get up on that, man.
I've been going in. Yo, I've been growing a lot on Twitch too. Like I'm actually growing. I'm getting more followers than I get subscribers, bro. Shit is crazy, bro.
No, I see it.
Followers.
What you said?
Yeah, you're gonna naturally get more followers and subs. Yeah,
I'm getting a whole lot of followers, bro, on Twitch too, man. They coming through, yo. Shout out to Twitch members, yo.
That's big facts. Everybody, panel members, thank you for all having me. I definitely appreciate you guys. Go ahead and support everybody here, man. Alex, I see what you're doing with Mario Sniper and that other guy who I'm not too fond of, but I wish you much success. Matt is over there too with you, so I wish you much success with that. Jack, don't ever get discouraged, brother. You got something real special going on, dog. Don't you ever get discouraged, dog. And if you do, just reach out. I pep talk. Give you a pep talk, dog. That's about it. J Main streaming again. Y'all go check out J Main when he starts streaming again. J Main, keep streaming. Keep streaming. Don't stop streaming. Kofi, man. Thank you again. You always been looking out for me, man. No problem. I just want to say thank you. And I know I sound like a broken record saying this shit. I don't care. But I'm always gonna be like, I'm humbled by the fact that, like, I'm just from PG County, man. Me and Kevin Durant from the same goddamn place. And I ain't no Kevin Durant.
Yeah, we shit like everybody.
You ain't switching teams, like, hold on. What you trying to say?
Huh? Oh, no. I'm just saying.
You snaking, dog?
All right, just trying to make sure, dog. All right.
Please. I will talk to y'all behind the scenes about what I got going on. I'm just saying that me and Kevin Durant are from the same place, and he's a legend, and I'm working my way to become a legend. I'm working my way to become that. But just thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak, man.
All right. And our panel, Alex, outro.
Thanks everybody for coming out and showing up. Tomorrow night it is Can We Escape Silver? If Meds doesn't sleep in, it'll be me, Fratanga, Mario Sniper, and Meds. Check out my channel where I have clips of all those streams where you can see like little highlights that I put together as montages that are really funny and just like really good parts that happen in that stream. Right now we're averaging about 20 viewers every time, which is crazy. And then after that, on the weekends, it is Stream the Series with Splinter Cell. We're halfway done with it. And then we're going to go after the first one, we're going to move into Chaos Theory. So I heard that was the best one. So far Splinter Cell is pretty cool.
Okay.
Which game you're on, you said?
Splinter Cell.
No, like which, you still in the first one or you halfway through?
Halfway through the first one. Yep.
Okay. Nice. All right. Appreciate Hustle and Motivate coming through, of course, anytime. Chat, appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, share the stream out. And Jack, are you really about to like pull up PSNs and all that, do these trophy inspections?
Oh man, make sure you do J-Main first. No cap.
Do I need to check you?
No, like listen. My shit not that impressive, of course, but I just want you to check my original PSN account.
Oh man,
I'll give you the details on that.
Oh, the Maniac?
No, it was King J, but the I was a 1 and the G was a 9. Just let the people know.
You got to send me that bullshit. Yeah,
I got you. Just let the people know I got one of the first trophies. You know what I mean? Some of the first trophies that was ever available in PSN history before, you know what I mean? Before you slander my name. Just make sure you do that. But other than that, YouTube, Twitter, JMain518. Check out the channel. Check out the Twitter. And I'll be live tomorrow playing Lord knows what. I don't know what the fuck y'all want to see, but I'll be live. We'll figure it out then. Good night.
Right. And Jack.
I don't know if my mic messing up or not. I should have been messing up the whole podcast, but appreciate Hustle. That's the homie coming through.
Appreciate you.
YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Mixer, Jack Moo Johnny. Y'all know how to get in touch with me. We out.
And we out, man. Thank you guys for watching the podcast live with us once again. Shout out to all the people who are going to be watching the podcast later. Big shout out to Nova for putting it on SoundCloud and all of that. And we getting out of here, man. We'll see you guys next Thursday. It should be a good episode, man. And we're expecting big things to happen next week. So make sure you guys tune in next Thursday, same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. But we do operate on Black people time because of J Main, so we might be 5 or 6 minutes late. All right, we out, man. Y'all take it easy.